And we're going to get this first semi-final underway here from the wonderful Eastern Oval. Arthur Armstrong's new battle in the right against Big Orange Stephenson, and we're underway. Mutually one down. In there's Clifton trying to find hand to ball. Matthews, the inclusion this week for the Rand Football Club. Circles and the ball on the ground. We'll get a secondary ball in the middle of the ground. Bit of push and shove early, Ballywag.
Oh, I thought it was a little bit more than push and shove, mate.
Back underway, here we go again. Stevenson wins it down. Bit tackle applied. And we might be getting a traditional 9-7-9 30 ball up in the middle of the ground, and we do.
And he's going to be picking himself up from the bottom of the pack as per usual.
You know, our man from last week, Nathan Oliver.
Yep.
Had a terrific game last week here at the Eastern Oval on Sunday afternoon football, and he gets the clearance here. This Warbury sends it towards centre half forward. It will bounce unkindly maybe for Lake Windermere defence, but they mob up through their coach in Malone. Gave it to Hayes, spearing ball to centre wing, just in front of Alexander. Got an unkind bounce in the end and goes out of play, and we'll get a ball in. Centre wing, countryside of the ground.
Here at home.
It's just whichever team settles first, and it just looks like I think Lake Windermere is seeming to.
Redan kicking to the Peel Street end of the ground. Lake Windermere towards the netball court end on the other side. Back underway, Alexander sliding in, just knocked it towards the line. A few appeals for delivery coming from the coach lead. Umpire Lyon says, we'll throw that one in, boys, right in front of the coach's box. And here at the Eastern Oval, countryside of the ground. Back underway, here we go once again. Stevenson takes front position, wins it down, tries to follow up, couldn't quite do so. O'Connell goes in, trying to flick it out, and on the bottom of the pack there's Redan play and says, umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it once again. Bit of a start moment here, Trev.
Oh, absolutely.
I've got a job for you, Ian. Sorry. Next, when you get a chance,
ball goes back up.
Redan
back
plays
into play. It's been tapped down by Armstrong. Kicks it down to the half-forward flag, and it's picked up by Redan. It's going trickling over the boundary line, and we're going to have another throw in here.
Yeah, Eamon McCuskey there, just leading out. Couldn't quite gather the football on that occasion. Just signed the smitty spot in the senior line above for a couple of years in and out.
We're on
of the team.
50 of the Lake Winderere's forward. It's being picked up by Armstrong. He goes for it, but it's bouncing within. It's picked up by Clifton. Clifton pass it over to Simpson. He goes for it. And as you can hear the roar, it's a goal. Lake Windermere get the first.
Nice finish there from Ashley Simpson on the run, and he gets the opening goal here on BFL. Came around on 9-7-9 from 9.5 Apple FM at the 2.5 minute mark. Ashley Simpson puts one through the big stick, Sparriag.
And as you said, Trev, you can tell by the roar, but a more subdued roar than what we heard yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. How many people do you think?
I thought probably around about 3,000.
Yeah,
was that minimum?
People everywhere.
And yep.
People everywhere. That's the way to describe it. People everywhere.
You can work around this ground and not really bump into too many people.
One goal straight 6. It's the Lakers. They lead the way here. BFL going around. We're back underway, and they're going to once again through Nick Peters towards the half-forward flank, bouncing ball. McCuskey just can't get a hand on. Now he does. Finds Alexander. Wheels around left boot, smothered. Taken away by Morris, and Morris will go for a run. Spears one towards centre half forward. It's a good-looking chiseling ball. Markey's taken, and here you go the Lions. They send a ball inside 50 to the full forward position. Damien Horbury used the body well. Couldn't complete the mark. Ball still alive. Diving there is Hayes. Grant Bell is circling in there on the bottom pack. It's Phelps, and in the end the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball up it. Inside 50 for Redan.
It's it's starting to fire up in this game.
Yeah, great taking play up the half back line there from Morris. Hit the target centre forward. Back on the way here. Smith runs up, wins it down. Phelps gets the clearance, but it's only gone too far. Hayes towards the line. Did the umpire say get one high? He did. Free kick on the way of Benjamin Hayes.
You actually see the game. Hear the game last night. One of the comments was one of the ruckmen said, or one of the TV commentators said, the umpire's balling it up and give it to me.
Give it to me.
They're listening.
Malone, the coach, will go short and find Peters will take the mark. Deep in the right back pocket here. Countryside of the ground for Lake Windermere. Nick Peters has the ball. And he's going to be called the play on now. He looks at the corridor with the kick. Mark is taken there by the Lakers and by that man, Jane Hooper. He looks up centre half back and will send it towards centre half forward in the Pring direction. Getting across there's Horbury with a fist, but it's taken by Simpson. He's already kicked one just like this, and Simpson gets his second. Well rolled by Ashley Simpson. 2 goals to him, and the Lakers off to a fast start here at the Eastern Oval after 49 minutes of football.
4 or 5 minutes, you've got your first multiple goal kicker, mate.
Been up and about it. 2 goals to Ashley Simpson. And a nice little finish there.
I'm going to put you right on the spot. From 5 minutes of football from the Ballarat Football League, how does it compare with Central Highlands, mate?
Well, the game yesterday was in the grand final was a very intense game. Very hard football to be won. Standard was up at the beautiful Mars Stadium, but you can just see the quality and the polish of some of the players. You see that kick from Nick Peters out of the back line. That's something that you can't compare. You know, it's parallels apart.
Yeah, but what
Parallels apart, sorry.
60 metres, split about 4 players and hit these.
And it really started the attacking play for the Lakers. We're back underway here. Umpire's picked out a free kick in the middle, and for a hold, I think it's going to go the way of Hoy. He's going to send it inside 50 with the ball at the front of the pack, almost brought down by the Lakers, but Phelps roving, sends it to a dangerous area, but the numbers are back with the Lakers. Hayes can complete the mark. Now he's got a problem with O'Connell, gives off to Peters, he's able to work out, wants to draw a man in Monk, decides to kick instead towards centre wing, bouncing ball at the Fees direct target, McCuskey and Horbury. Nathan will mop this up, shortly towards Gianpaolo. It's got a bit of an issue now. Monks goes in, gets a kick away, ball still alive, Morris wrapped it around with a good tackle by Alexander, and the umpire says, give it to me the forward Dallas with Mr. Player, ready to the ground. Get a ball up on the half forward flank for Redan. Umpire just clear of space, and we'll go once again. Neutrally one down, Stevenson got the last whack of it though, but it's towards Hayes. Hayes, the centre back, ducks the head and tries to get away. Finds Pring. Pring runs around. He's a silky player looking for Hooper. He got smashed. By Pring. Ball straight to the ground. Maybe a turnover opportunity. Slight thumb from Jess. Slung around in the tackle, umpire circling, and in the end he's going to say, give it to me, I will ball it up virtually in the centre of the Eastern Oval here. After 6.5 minutes football, it's like when they're 2 goals straight 12, leading Redan nothing yet, Trev.
The ball's back up, and it's been tapped down by Armstrong. It's been picked over, it's been pushed in the back by Bell, and I think he's got a free kick. And I think he has. So...
I think you're right.
I think I'm trying to call the umpires over here. Here we go. No, I don't think it's going to Bell.
I think it looks like in the hands
of Jess.
Yep.
Jack Jess. Here we go. He kicks it straight down to their half forward flank, and it's lovely mark by Warren Stevenson. He kicks it very quickly, but over there it's been punched over the line by Clifton, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Courage read there by Sammy Clifton getting back and getting a spoil, and big Damien Horbury was coming out of full forward, and
He's got a bit of a limp up now, mate.
The ball, the umpire's got the ball, he's about to throw it back into play. He has done that. Once again, it's been tapped down by Armstrong, and it trickles over the boundary line, and we're going to have another one, Sammy.
Yeah, we're going to get the ball back in at the 7.5 minute mark here on BFL Game of the Round 979 FM and 90.5 Apple FM. Of course, the winners go through and they play Bacchus Marsh next week in the preliminary final. And of course, the winner of that game will play Dudali Football Club at Mars Stadium in a couple of weeks' time. Back underway here, and we go. Inez Horbury on the bottom pack, as he always is, Barry Ag. The line is out of play.
Now, I got the impression last week watching them that, as I said, Horbury seems to be enjoying his football this year. More so than last year. Yep.
I can agree with that, Barry. Of course, there's a lot of off-season issues last year.
Yep.
With that man back underway. Here's Bell, Grant Bell, clever player. One step around the point. Left towards the goal face, but Collins to get back in the last line of defence and rush it through for a minor score. The Lions getting the ball for the first time this afternoon, but it is just a solitary behind. They trail by 11 points here on BFL Game of the Round. Malone goes short and finds Hayes. He marks deep in his back pocket.
Trying to draw a player across here.
He wants to... Oh, no! Shot a bit. It's a risky kick. Got to make sure you hit the target, and he didn't. Chris Gianpaolo intercepts, and he has an opportunity to go back for the old 7-point play, boys.
That's right, and that's it's Christopher Gianpaolo. I know that there's Jarrett playing as well.
Yes, of course, the ex-captain of the Redan Football Club, Jarrett Gianpaolo. But Chris Gianpaolo directly in front, 30 from goal. Player of his class always takes these opportunities, and Gianpaolo makes them pay. It's a goal. Redan get one back here at the 9-minute mark through Chris Gianpaolo. 1 goal, 1 Redan. They move to 7, trailing Lakeland 3, 2 goals straight 12. 5 points of margin on BFL Game of the Round.
I was going to say Scotty Carey makes his way onto the ground for the first time today, but our intrepid around the groundsman said that there was a little bit of a breeze blowing, but it was negligible. So
cross breeze, I think, was the term they used.
Yeah, so it should be an even quarter, really, shouldn't it be? If there's not
I think it's going to. I don't think the win factor, unlike last week's games,
I was going to say, for a change, the win won't have any
Ball back
bearing
into
on
play.
it.
It's been tapped down by Armstrong. Hasn't gone really far. And there's been a free kick. The umpire says play on it, and it's been picked up by Wilmot. Wilmot goes for it, and it looks.
It's a long bomb and it's a long goal.
And it's a goal. A quick reply here. 3 goals straight. Lake Windermere 18 points. Redan 1-1-7.
Not only was it a quick reply, Trev, it was just too bloody easy.
Very, very easy. That's on the 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM scoreboard.
Now, the other thing I was going to say to you, as Sammy said about the winner meeting Bacchus Marsh next week in the prelim to decide who wants to play Darley, after what we saw of Darley yesterday, would anybody be really looking forward to meeting them?
Absolutely
again?
not. From all reports, looks like Redan have thrown Grant Ballance in the middle there. He couldn't quite get the clearance, so we get a secondary ball up.
Nathan Horbury's just come off for a bit of a spell.
Yeah, Aaron Stevenson also on the bench at the moment, which means Holmes will take ruck duties, the Rooster listed player. Back on the way.
He was fairly impressive last week, wasn't he, when he
Yes,
came
you
on?
can see his calibre and class. Nick Peters, well, we're talking about class, that man defines it. Looking for Hayes, he couldn't quite get it.
that's good.
Found Willocks, couldn't quite get it away. Edwards, try to find a man under all sorts of pressure here. A siege of green, from the Lakers. And we'll get a ball up in the centre wing. Is that not an official umpire?
I was
Is
just
that
thinking,
free? Saying something he didn't like, and it's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Redan. Didn't quite pick up what young Tony Lyons had to say about that one. Giampolo goes short, finds a man, holds on a bit of space, and then the big man goes for a run, sends it to a dangerous area. Once more, couldn't quite bring it down, and now the Lakers will try to clear, desperately trying to get a defence through. Finlay, long ball out to the outer side, and it'll be seen over by Redan, and it is by Jordan Baker.
something that's taken me about 10 years to pick up, how unfair it is with the Lakers having a camouflage suit.
No,
Mate.
that's poor. It's poor, Barry.
Oh, look, mate.
Poor work. Back on the way here. Alexander and Matthews towards the ball on the centre wing on the other side. The ball goes out of play, and we'll get another ball in between the half-forward line and the centre wing on the outer side of the ground for Redan.
Does him an unfair advantage though. if you can't distinguish between the ground and the play.
11 points margin here in VFL. Came the way, and we're back underway. Holmes wins it down. Bell will get there first. Just flicked it, trying to gain a little bit of territory. Alexander slicing. Couldn't quite gather. Edwards with the handball. Looking at the back for Holes. So the big man has to get low now. Doesn't quite find a target. Stolen by Peters. Wheels around on the dime. Right foot kick towards centre wing. Stolen by Redan. And they try to run out the fence through Morris. His handball sits up for Bell, but he coughed it up. Stolen by Alexander. He whacks boot the ball. 1-on-1 contest now at forward line. Giampolo and Pring. Boys to deck. Giampolo stands up. Gets a handball away. Finds a teammate. Redan trying to clear here through Britt, going back to a teammate there in Waterbury. Waterbury just got his kick away in time towards centre wing, getting back to the Lakers. Mark taken by Hugh Herban. Centre wing out of side. Can live attack for the Lakers once again here at the 13-minute mark. Hugh Herban, long ball towards the half-forward flank. Peters takes front position. Good punch block from behind from Redan. And the ball might be locked up here in the half-forward line. And the umpire's taking his time, but he says, give it to me, I will do so, the 13.5-minute mark.
It's good to see that the umpires are letting the play go a little bit rather than just call it every 5 minutes. So.
Understand the intensity of finals football action here in the Ballarat Football Netball League. Back underway. Holzel wins it down convincingly to a dangerous area. Redan trying to clear through Jack Jess. Bouncing ball towards centre wing. Smith couldn't quite gather. Got an issue. Lakers got a man diving over the top. He's getting infringed with a free kick. I think it was Bucknell coming over the top. Free kick going the way of the Redan. They sent a ball towards the half-forward line. Hayes sets himself. At the back was Lamb. Numbers with the Lakers. Hayes flicks out the hand pass. Malone fumbled slightly, but he's got a bit of time. Does the coach? Again, though. It's going to be cut off at half-forward by Hayes. He moves around to his trusty left towards centre half-forward and finds Willocks. Too far at the score for him. Gets really close to the man of the mark, and that's an issue. Tries to go off the deck. Couldn't quite do so. Lakers trying with the turnover. Sells with the canvas. There, Liam Finlay takes a cool bounce with the half-back on. Kick was ordinary though by Finlay. Slides in. Second effort was okay, but Waterbury's opened up this up with Horbury. Horbury flicks it over the top. Gets the 1-2. There's Nathan Horbury. Sends a long ball to a dangerous area. Men at the back. Hayes from the side with the fist. And the Lakers will clear once again. Taylor. Well, try to get to a teammate. Under a bit of pressure in defence are the Lakers.
It's going to be held up, I reckon. the
Just
umpire.
I just want to stoppage, I think, just to calm things down, Lake Windermere, and they do get one on the half-back line here at the 14.5-minute mark. They lead by 11 points on BFL Game of the Round.
The turnover has just been like almost detrimental. Like obviously the first goal for Redan was because of a turnover. So
Frenetic football at the moment, handled by Gian Paolo. Found a man, but he's rocked up in a tackle once again. And we will get another ball up in the half-forward line. Here on BFL Game of the Round, 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM. Over top was Holzer, one down convincingly again, but the Lakers with the clearance. Short little kick coming out the fence towards centre wing. Simpson flies, man in the back for Redan. It's Waterbury, but he tried to take it on. I'm going to get trouble holding the ball. Free kick going away of Lake Windermere.
He's injured.
He hurt himself too. It's O'Connell, kicks towards centre half forward. Nigel couldn't quite bring it down. Ball hits the deck. And there's Hayden Edwards, flicked at the hand pass, stolen by Finlay, maybe going over the shoulder, and he did. Wardwell's still down the outside of the ground. Keep going, that one from me, Trev.
That was ankle by the look of things.
Finlay, high ball, inside 50, Anderson arrived late. Clifton was coming back with courage. They collided, ball hits the deck. Redan trying to desperately clear. Anderson ducked the head, trying to flick it out. Pring, dangerous player, looks up, handball inside, looking for Alexander. He goes to Simpson, to Clifton. Clifton sends it to the hot spot. Dangerous ball sliding, almost a mark. Lake Windermere desperately trying to get to Anderson. Dribble, kick towards goal. Wrong side of the post, minus score. Lucas Anderson and Lake Windermere up there on Waterbury.
He is, but he's getting taken off the ground at the moment. It does look like some type of foot-leg injury or something.
Lower leg injury.
As I said, ankle.
So
Ankle, Dr. Foray, yeah.
no, it was like last week when I said it was a leg when it was an arm. But that's all right.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out a little bit later.
Your anatomy's getting a little bit closer to the actual area. This is
Riding a scare there. High ball out defence. Hayes with a big fist. Gets it out there. In there's Clifton. Flicked it out looking for Wilmot. He couldn't quite gather. Diving is Edwards. And Clifton once again. Ball out still alive. Taylor draws a man. Finds a man. Bit of issues for O'Connell though. He's caught holding the ball. Free kick going away down the half back line. Bit going on too. Youngster O'Connell did really did treatment with Matthews. And Dean Matthews.
and that's
Will go short. Find a man. Mark taken there by Grant Bell. Centre wing countryside. And he'll load one up to a dangerous area. Stevenson flies. Couldn't quite bring it down. Numbers here with the Lakers. Bucknell was the one who stayed down. And he sends a high ball at the back. Umpires picked their free kick for a push. It's going to go the way of the Lakers. The way of Ashley Simpson.
He's got two already, hasn't he?
He does. Looks inside 50 with the kick. Pring, runs to the pocket, leaves for Anderson, arrives late, couldn't complete the mark, ball hits the deck. Pring, sells a bit of candy, goes for a run, spins on a dime. Pring sends it to a dangerous area. Wilmot sets himself, couldn't quite bring it down. And Redan did get it clear through Matthews. Looking for Britt, was pushing the back and couldn't quite get him. McCuskey now a chance, flicks it back to Clifton. Clifton just outside 50, sends it back in. Nigel at the back, couldn't bring it down. Now Jack Jess will try to clear it. Further down to the other side, good looking ball, bounces in front of Lamb, takes it cleanly. Redan with Gianpaolo, back to Lamb. He settles himself, tries to chip one towards centre wing on the other side, and the Barringer line will beat him and go out of play. It'll be a ball in.
Have we got a
The first
change?
spot here.
hang on, the trainers had taken Waterbury straight down to the rooms, but the good part about it was after he left the playing surface, he was actually putting a bit of weight on his ankle, so
Hopefully, it's just a restrapping or
just a restrapping.
There's a
but
free kick.
hopefully,
an
yeah.
assessment of the lower ankle or something.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Re-thrown in, yes.
Although according to Dr. Trevor, he's probably going to have his head amputated.
no.
Not only is he seasoned, his career's done according to Trev. Clifton flicked at the back. Umpires picked out a free kick, Trev, and I think it's going to go the way of Blake's way of Alexander and centre wing outside.
He kicks it down long, and he finds another teammate. We can't find the number at the moment, but so he's right on centre wing over here. Let's pass it over across down to Alexander, who's got the ball. He switches across straight down to Hayes. Hayes is right, trying to find all options at the moment. He finds an option right across.
Keeping's off.
It is keeping's off, and I think that is Alexander again.
That's Malone.
But he's
That's the coach, mate.
and there is Kerry there. A little short kick across, straight down to Hooper. Hooper plays on. He kicks it straight down into their 50. And it's all ours. No marks as the umpire because it's been touched before. Horsbury got the ball and he's been able to kick it out into their defence. Straight across, and he's aiming for straight across for Willock. Willock picks up the ball and it's going straight into Redan's forward 50 now. And Hoy has got a lovely mark.
Great end-to-end football over Dan there. Hoy chips it up on the lead is Damien Horbury, and he's able to mark on his chest, and he's on the right side, his left foot there to swing around nicely from here.
Mark, free kick, whatever you wanted to get him.
But great end-to-end football. Willock's hitting Hoy inside 50, who was able to now just a short little chip over the top to find Damien Horbury, who was, I thought, terrific last week in passages for the Redan Lions. Kicked a couple of crucial goals, and this one is crucial as well in the early stages of the match. As we're about to tick the time on, Horbury kicks and kicks shortly. Redan get their second goal. They move to 2-1-13. Lake Wendouree still the lead at 3-1-19. 6 points the margin here on BFL Game with around 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM.
It is an electrifying game. It's actually like a game that it's no one's been able to get possession as clear possession, and it's been going left and right and going back and forth with rebound football.
Yeah, high intense octane offense from both sides at the moment here on BFL in Game of the Round. In the first semi-final, Lake Wendouree currently lead by the one straight kick, 1 goal, 6 points here. And we're back underway. Armstrong's in there, diving in. There's a Lake Wendouree player who's wrapped up, and we'll get a secondary ball in the middle of the ground. It was Clifton, that man. Of course it was Clifton. Contested ball beast in the Bar Football Netball League. Former GWS. And of course North Ballarat Rooster. Back underway. And Armstrong's coming through. Stolen by Redan. They're going to whack it back inside 50. Ball at the back, the ball goes. Will trying off the deck. In there was Hayes just getting a fingernail involved to get it smothered out of play, and we'll go ball in deep inside 50 for Dan, who look like they're 7 inches match a little bit here.
Neither of you guys picked up that big spiral.
No, I did, but you called it.
You called it, Barry. But you had your moment. Stevenson wins it down. Trying to roll his Hoy towards the boundary line. The ball goes and out of play, and we'll get another ball in deep inside 50 here at the 22-minute mark on BFL Game of the Round.
So it seems how Bristol is really all over these new spirals.
Yes.
And the linchpin for their
Bit of push
return.
Matthews gets a kick away from the clearance. It's across the face and doesn't score. We'll get a ball back in on the outer side.
Just bounced inside that forward. Before the boundary line. So that's why we're having a throw in. Just
Almost a like-for-like change this week with Dean Matthews, a late withdrawal last week, replacing the coach Brendan Peace. Coming in, only having a few crucial possessions, and that opportunity was just across the face slightly. Back underway. Malone wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire circles and says, "Give it to me, I'll ball up." As I just said, I think Redan settled this game very nicely. Shades of last week in a way, especially in the third term when they were challenged and they were able to respond, kick into this pure straight end. Back underway. Stevenson's in there. Matthews again. Umpire says, "Give it to me, I'll ball up." Haven't caught Mitch Phelps as much as I would like so far this afternoon. Look for him to get
What are we in there? Oh, 20 minutes.
23 minutes.
Yes.
Wait for the little man to circle around, snap one of his left boot here, I reckon. Back underway. Stevenson with the tap. Almost stolen there. In there's Peters, and we'll get another stalemate and another ball up. Like when they're doing the best to lock up in defensive 50 at the moment, Trev.
All that 20 minutes into the first quarter, there was a hell of a lot of Cobblers players yesterday. We only called once or twice for the whole duration.
umpire throws the ball back. It's been tapped down by Stevenson, and the ball's hit the ground, but there's been a clearing kick, and it's going towards Hooper, who can't get the ball. There's Pring. Pring hand passes it across straight down to the where Alexander is. Pass. The ball's just going fanatically. It's now with Redan, with Baker. Baker kicks it forward 50. Who's going to get it? Stevenson couldn't get the ball. Here comes Bell. Has he got he hand passes it across down to Matthews. Matthew hand passes it straight down. Here we go. Straight to the goal. Who can get the ball? What a mark!
What a great mark.
And that's a lovely mark being taken by Liam Hoy. He's probably about 15 metres out on a 15-degree angle.
Yeah, that's close enough, mate.
We'll give the measurements. Liam Hoy used the body well.
Just been informed by 4 minutes to go.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, used the body well. They protected the drop zone perfectly to Liam Hoy. Yeah,
took
scoring by the
and
grand
took a
ball.
nice one-hander too.
So level scores here at the Eastern Oval, right behind this kick. Liam Roy comes in and makes no mistake and scores a level here in the first semi-final between Lake Windermere and Redan. 3-1 apiece here. Liam Roy on the board early here for the Lions.
We played 24 and a half minutes here on 979 FM and 98.5 on the BFL Game of the Round.
Yes, very well said there, Trev, on BFL Game Round. Every Saturday from 1pm to 5pm and now today 2pm to 5.
And the correct time to do station ID.
Yes, thank you. Skippy won't do this thing here, don't worry.
25 minutes gone. We're back underway.
Sorry,
here.
John Boy.
Flicked out, and here they go through Phelps. Sends one towards the half-forward flank, just over his direct target. Hoy gives up to Smith. He'll send. Oh no! Well, he tried to send one to the tip of the goal square, but it's off the side of the boot and out in the forward free kick going the way of Lake Windermere, the way of Scott Carey.
His intentions were excellent. Execution.
Just sliced
a
it
little bit
outside the
of
boot and gone out on the full. So Carey will have the ball deep in his defensive back pocket. Looks up towards centre half back. It's a good looking ball by Armstrong. He takes the mark. Arthur Armstrong being such a big inclusion for him this year.
Doesn't know what
Really
to do with
structures them up well. Goes short with the kick and finds Hooper.
it. Sorry.
I was going to say Hooper takes the mark centre half back and goes across to Taylor, the 2016 Henderson medalist.
But say Hooper's probably been called a lot in this first quarter.
Found plenty of it. Has Jaden Hooper. Kick from Taylor. Goes inboard and finds Lockie O'Connell. He marks. So
Well,
it's
chip-
Joel O'Connell.
Chip kick across.
Yes, and Monk takes the mark. Virtually in the centre of the ground. Nathan Monk will wheel around and send it inside 50 once again. Big spoil from behind from Redan. Simpson stole it once again for the Lakers. Back to Monk. He looks across to Taylor. Taylor 65 from goal. Spearing ball's good one. Mark is taken by the Lakers and by Eamon McCuskey on the lead, and that's good patient ball movement by the Lakers, and McCuskey can reward them with a goal, shooting from 45 on a slight angle, virtually directly in front at the 26.5-minute mark.
I agree with the that Redan seems to have settled probably even better throughout as the quarters settled on, but Lake Windermere with a little bit of class, slowing the ball down, so it's they didn't get another one, so now they got the opportunity.
Yeah, well said, Trevor's. McCuskey will come in, as I said, 45 from goal on a slight angle to put the Lakers back in front. Any score will do that. He comes in with the kick. It's a pretty good one. And McCuskey gets his first for the afternoon, and the Lakers take that lead back by 6 points here. 4-1-25 they lead Redan. 3 goals, 1-19 here on BFL Game of the Round, 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM.
Sam, you notice what down here in ground level, you can actually hear Lake Windermere calling each other, almost yelling at each other to pass the ball to them. It's just unbelievable. Redan aren't talking that much.
So the voice on the ground is very loud, and our boy Ian Smith can pick it up there, doing a great work on the boundary line this afternoon. Ian John Boy Smith. That's not what he informed, and a little head bubble as well to go from that giant chrome dome. Just shining in the
I was just going to say the way your head bubbles around, mate, I might put you on my back partial shelf.
I drove in
Ball back into play. Oren Stevenson's able to get the ball, but it's been tapped down by Wilmot. Wilmot's got the ball. He's kicked it down, but no one seems to be able to get the ball. It's been all it's all been tied up, and the umpire says, "Give it to me." We have about just over 2 minutes left to play in this first quarter.
Umpire will clear a bit of space here in Stevenson, and Armstrong will do battle in the ruck once again here at the 28-minute mark on BFL Game of the Round, and we are back underway. 1-1 Stevenson knocks it towards the centre, running through, there was Hoy, flicked out a hand pass, stolen by Wilmot though, his kick was partially smothered. Peters puts his head down, tries to win the football. Umpire gave the tackle the benefit of the doubt. Phelps flicked out a little look-away hand pass, stolen by Monk, handball was smothered, and then Jester's handball was smothered. Frenetic football in the centre of the ground at the moment. Big tackle applied by Alexander. Umpire lets it go. Over top was Hayes, won it down. Monk got boot to ball just in time. Ball trickles out to centre wing on the other side. Going to be a big collision with Brick coming through at Peters. Peters got there first. Ball spilled free. Opportunity for Lamb. He goes over top to Hayes, and the running game of Redan's very impressive. Jester's handball was half smothered. Now an opportunity for the Lakers on the rebound. Alexander gave to Herman, who just didn't want any of it and just punched it out of there. Handball by McCuskey at the back. Gave it to a teammate. Kicks it towards centre wing. Go the Lakers. Bouncing ball. Sets up for Wilmot. Goes inside. Finds the runner. Bucknell. Bucknell spearing ball to Anderson on the move. and nothing you can do in defence with that one, as Lucas Anderson got a little bit of separation, but the kick was pinpoint from Bucknell, and on the overlap, Lake Windermere have an opportunity to shoot for another one.
I was just thinking what I've done to I forget what his nickname is, but every match we've seen him, he's kicked 1 or 2 goals, hasn't been as dominant as he normally is.
So Lucas Anderson, who finished second in the goal kicking this year, kicks slightly across the face. It's going to stay in the field play almost, but no, it's gone through for a minor.
I tell you, Sam, that the grandstand's pretty full of people. Most of them are Lake Windaroo people, I'll tell you that much, because just after taking out Mark, pretty much the whole grandstand was clapping.
The roar of the grandstand. Thank you very much, Ian Smith. As we're back underway, kick out defence, finds Cleary. He gave it up to a teammate in Phelps. High ball to the centre of the ground. Hoy's got to be strong. Couldn't complete the mark. Ball spills at the back. Hayes had a lot of it. Couldn't quite gather on that occasion. Lockie O'Connell tried to flick it out to Wilmont, and he got away to Sean Wilmont, and he was sent a long ball to full forward position.
There he is again. Ooh.
Almost bringing it down with Simpson. Jimmy Polo just rushing it through for a minor score. Safety first for the Lakers on this occasion.
I would probably say that's probably the last bit of play for this quarter. I think there's less than 10 seconds left.
Now he's a timekeeper.
Colour commentator, now timekeeper. Back underway, kick out defence. Should be taken, and the mark is taken there by Redan. It's in the hands of Jacob Short.
But the way it's going, you can't tell the time, mate.
There we have it. Short picked it short, but the sign will beat Redan on the rebound there, and we'll have a quarter time break here on BFL Game of the Round. Lake Windaroo, they lead at the moment 4-3, 27 to Redan.
Start the second quarter here.
Yes, the 9-9 umpire of the year for the last 2 years, Adrian Newey, will get us underway here in the second quarter of the first semi-final.
Lake Windaroo 4-3-27, Redan 3-1-19.
And we're going to get things underway with Stephenson taking on Armstrong in the market once again. Stephenson wins it down convincingly. Bell couldn't quite gather. Matthews tried to get free, but he spun around, holding the ball. Free kick going away of Lake Windaroo and the big man Armstrong. Oh, bit of push and shove in centre wing in front of us. Barry Agnes, the kick from Armstrong is good. Finds Hooper, who's had plenty of it. Yep. No one stands the mark, so he's able to go for a gallop, runs his full measure, and sends a long ball in the Anderson direction. It's over the back. Simpson couldn't quite get there. Clearly, she's able to see it through for a rush behind. So, minor score to start things here in the second term to the Lakers.
Jan Polo just kicks it out, and it's been marked by Morris. And he hand passes the ball out, trying to get out of the defensive 50. Hand passing out is now with, I think it's Holzer over there. And he's trying to find his options. It's slow and methodical here, trying to find all options. The umpire says, hurry up, let's play on. And he does and kicks it across. And it was a lovely mark.
Good grab.
And I'm not too sure.
It's Tommy Lamb taking a nice strong grab it there on the outer wing. Tries to spin one down the line, but it's cut off. Yeah, Nick Peters taking the mark. The intercept, centre wing outside, virtually opposite from a commentary position here. He loads up and sends a long ball. Taylor sets himself, but the ball is wide and too wide, and out in the full free kick on the way of the Redan Lions in the way of Nathan Horbury.
He's just one of the easiest kicks you'll ever get.
Yes, on the other side, in front of the scoreboard in the half-back flank, Horbury.
It just looks like Redan are actually, slowing the ball and the transition very in this first part of this quarter.
Yeah, that's it. Trev just get it out in one clean motion there. Brick with the 1-2 to Horbury in the half-back line. He can load up for the line. Spearing ball is wide and too wide once again, and out in the full on the other side. So both sides struggling to hit their targets, moving on the outer side of the ground.
And I'm struggling to get my words out, but that's all right.
I must have been a little bit disappointed with our intrepid around the grounds, man. My Eureka flag is now starting to look a little bit...
Peters loads up a long ball, bounces up the bottom of the Cleary, hits the ground, picked up by Taylor, spun around tackle, the ball has been cleared by Redan, and Mark is taken on the other side, there by Bell, half-back flank for the Redan Lions. Bell looks in the corridor, the kick shows a bit too much of it though. Mark should be taken by Carey, and he is. And the big fella can load up here for the Lakers. Spears one in the Anderson direction, kick over his head, and the mark should be taken by Chris Polo. And now the Lions try to run, kick out the fence, looking for Warbury, carried it well to get fist in there, ball on the deck, Hayes, spun over the tackle, Kyle Hayes goes for his trusty left, kick is good, mark should be taken by Lamb at low, and Lamb goes for a run, wants to go back to Hayes, he wasn't quite looking, but still got time, left footer as I said, uses it, towards the wide in the forward pocket, and a nice strong grab in the fence is taken by Lake Wendouree.
Oh, yes, Barry, I forgot to tell you, the wind's starting to pick up a bit down here at ground level.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Lucky O'Connell deep in the fence taking a strong grab.
The umpire's hurrying him up.
He's gone off his line and called the play on. Takes on Horbury. And O'Connell's able to get away, but his kicks to no one really in particular. Lamb over the back and complete the mark. Horbury with the crumbs. Handball inside. Shows a bit of it, but it's still an opportunity for Willocks to Matthews. Matthews off one step with his kick was smothered. Horbury's a great beat to ball. Sliding in his Hayes, couldn't complete the mark. Ball still alive. Lake Wendouree trying to desperately get the ball out of bounds. There is Sam Clifton and can't do so. In the end, we get ball right near the line and right in the half-forward flank here on the commentary side of the ground for the Ram Football Club.
And one of the big differences between, apart from the scoreline, between yesterday's game and today's game, there's not a continual pack of 30 players chasing
yes.
the ball.
Or a lot of stoppages yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Back underway, Wilmont was smashed by Stephenson in the tackle. Handball over the shoulder by Bell, just to bring it inside 50, just to create a bit of chaos. Dane Horbury spun it away. Off the ball, there's a free kick going against, I think, Tom Lamb, in an instant there was Sean Wilmont. And a bit of free kick on...
Excuse me. Russians.
Wilmont. Trying to send it towards
Static.
in the centre. And Jack Jessel cut it off, kick it towards the half-forward flank. Ball looking for a teammate in Phelps. Phelps goes inside. Oh! Jess in a big contest. Jess. Big. Phelps in a bit of trouble in the centre around there, boys. Opportunity for the Lakers going the other way. They send it towards inside 50. Simpson brought it down. Simpson at the back. Try to find a teammate in Clifton. Clifton wobbles one inside 50. Jarrett J. Polo getting across. Handball top to Britt. Britt gave to a man in Jess. Cute look. Willocks, but he couldn't complete it. Buck now running the other way. Gave to Peters. Peters has a flying shot on the goal on the left peg, but it's offline. Minor score to Lake Wendouree.
Phelps is with the trainers at the moment. He had a big hip and shoulder right before, and he struggled to get up, but he's just with the trainers at the moment, and they've just left him, so he's all okay.
Redan trying to clear here. Willocks sets himself on centre wing, marks on his chest. And Willocks spears one down the line. Good looking pass for Holzer, who presents strongly and marks in front of Sam Clifton. Holzer goes inboard with the kick. Mark is taken there by Redan and by Jacob Short. Wheels around to his left boot. Good looking kick. Looking for Lamb. Even put the mark. Malone flipped it out. Found Armstrong on peel for front on contact. Nothing doing. Looking for Clifton. Right into a brick wall and Britt. Now Stephenson was able to find Jarrett Giampolo. Lamb ends up with on centre wing outside. Had plenty of it, Tom Lamb. But he's caught the tackle, spun around. Otherwise, clean disposal, holding the ball. Free kick going the way of the Lakers. Virtually opposite of our commentary position on the outer side.
And he's trying to sum up his options, and he just passes it straight across to Hooper. And it's slow and methodical once again here. It's both...
You know the Lakers will be patient, won't they, Trev?
Absolutely, and I think that's what Redan was trying to do before. Hooper passes it off straight down to Armstrong, and it just seems like into a contested possession. No one was able to get the ball, but it was being picked up by Willocks was able to pass it over and ineffectively to Bucknell, and he goes for goal, and it's a goal.
Yeah, so getting the goal there for the
It
Lakers.
was a turnover. That's what I was meant to say to Bucknell, and Bucknell just went over and 3-1-19 to Redan, and it's 5-5. No, it's. Is it 5-6, 5-5, 35?
5-5-35 here. Lake Wendouree lead the way against Redan. 3-1-19.
My calculator brain wasn't working at the moment.
14 points to margin here on BFL game. Adam Cusker getting his second goal there. Finish off some nice work for Lake Wendouree here at the 7-minute mark on BFL game of the round.
And that's on 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM. Game of the round scoreboard.
Back underway here, holds the fly side, but Armstrong's able to fingertip down. Edwards for Redan, stole it, but it was ineffectively done so. As Taylor's kicked towards half forward, it's a good one.
That's a good grab.
And a nice mark taken there by Timmy Nigem.
Under extreme pressure.
Smithy's man, Nigem moves around to his trusty left peg and hits Hooper in the corridor. And the Lakers look at the goods here. Nice mark taken, and an opportunity for 2 in a minute for Lake Wendouree if Hooper can go back from directly in front and get the goods. Had plenty of the football this afternoon, Jade Hooper.
There was also
bloke on the defensive 50 metre line, just getting the bottle. What's he doing up there?
Lucas Anderson.
Yeah.
Just having a spell because he's going back in Jane Hooper to convert from 40 directly in front. Barry comes in with the kick.
And it goes.
Cruelly smashed through the middle of the goal face.
Goes and it goes and goes and it goes over the netting at the back. So
Tournament for the Lakers. Jane Hooper gets his first for the afternoon. And a little bit of a buffer created here for Lake Windarees. They go 6-5-41 to Redan. Sorry, 3-1-19.
The question I was asking was not so much why he was on their forward 50, but look where he is now. He's been playing down there.
Moved up to centre wing. He's of course a very versatile player, Lucas Anderson.
Obviously, but yeah.
and our wing coach is.
And they obviously don't need him up there at the moment because they've got 3 or 4 goal options, haven't they?
They've gone to small forward line at the moment with Simpson and Pring down there as the deepest of 2 forwards.
Umpire throws the ball up, but no one was able to clear, but was able to find.
Good grab.
Yeah, McCuskey playing in front. Kicked a couple of goals today already. Aidan McCuskey spearing the ball in the Pring direction. Couldn't quite get there for Pring. And diving in was Horbury. Didn't get one in the back, said the umpire. So he says, give it to me, I'll ball up in defence 50. 22 points to marching in a BFL game of the round.
And the Eureka flag that we gauge our win by is starting to pick up even further. So, and it's heading towards the Lake Windermere goal.
One down by the Lakers. Clifton couldn't quite get a handle on it. On the bottom of the pack there was Jared Giampalo. And the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up.
Your Italian ancestry is showing through, mate.
Fettuccine.
Spaghetti.
Giampalo. We're going to ball up in defensive 50 here at the 9.5 minute mark. One down by Holzer. Redan trying to desperately clear. Lakers would love to get another. Peters with another clearance. Sends a high ball to a danger there. Simpson's at the back. Punch in the front by Giampolo was good. Ball to deck. Clifton looks at the Peters again. Gets a second opportunity. Needs a very calm bounce. Won't get it. And Redan will just see that throw rush behind. Taking no.
Here on.
Not in the Power Football League.
Okay.
So just a minor score.
But completely unnecessary, I thought. They had plenty of
2 men and they just want to take the safest route.
Jack
Route
Jess has got
in
the
this
ball.
first semi-final. Jack Jess goes short with a kick. Mark should be taken by Redan, taken by Hayden Edwards. Moved it on quickly to Nathan Horbury off half-back. Looking for Grant Bell, centre wing outside. Bell flicked it out to a teammate. Horbury kept on running like he always does on centre wing. Spearing the ball's an ugly one, but sits up nicely for Phelps in the end. Goes to his trusty left, wheels it around, but it's gone wide inside 50 and bounced just in play and out of bounds. And we've got a ball in at the 11-minute mark, just inside 50.
What about
Redan Football Club?
This game is nice free-flowing, as Barry was saying. It's not as congested and contested as yesterday.
Horrible game.
One down easily by Redan and by Smith, but in the end, Lakers will get the clearance in the hands of Sam Clifton drew a man, gave it back to O'Connell, went across to Scott Carey. Carey with a kick off the out left boot, will bounce centre wing on the commentary side, unkindly from McCuskey. Holzer got the hands up, found Willocks. Willocks' kick is a good one. Finds Matthews. Will Lee in the pocket from Phelps. He's going to be confronted. Bucknell did well and got a spoil and then got the ball out of play.
Kick didn't really help him much, did it?
Well, it needs to be lower and just penetrate a little bit
A
more.
little bit too much airtime.
Made it a bit too easy for Luke Bucknell to knock it out of play. Back underway here, busting his way through. There was Hoy, went without it though. Alexander on the bottom of the pack, confronted, and it's bumping around through a few players until the umpire says, give it to me. Umpire Alliance will come in and ball up in defensive 50 for Lake Windermere here at the 12-minute mark of the second term. And we're back underway here on BFL Game of the Round. One down by Redan, but stolen by Ben Hayes. His kick was smothered brilliantly by Brett. Hit him in the bread basket, and the big man's down. And now an opportunity in the corridor for Taylor. Taylor goes for a run, kicks out towards the half-forward line. It's going to be a foot race between Willocks and O'Connell. Joe O'Connell, the youngster, gets there, steps inside. Handball was a good one for Taylor. Breaks a whoopee tackler, and he sends it inside 50. Sims at the back, outnumbered though, and taking a strong mark in the fence is Tom Morris.
Not Giampolo.
No, just Tom Morris. And Giampolo's old number, the number 10.
That's right.
Nice looking kick from Morris, finds Hoy, and if Redan can go quick here, there might be a chance. Horbury goes to the other side though. He was looking for Lamb, kicked in, hit him on the chest, and Malone's able to track him out of bounds with the ball, and we'll get a ball in the half-forward line for the Redan Football Club at the 13-minute mark, where it's 23 points to margin here on BFL Game of the Round. Lake Windermere 6 goals, 642 lead the way to Redan's 3-1-19 here on 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM.
Ball back into play over here, and there's Stacks on the middle, and the umpire says, give it to me, and I'm going to be throwing the ball up here on the half-forward flank of Redan. The umpire is trying to clear the area, and there's been a free kick to Lake Windermere, now in their back pocket, or back flank here. Passes it back across, I'm not too sure who that one is, but across there, and it's now with Hayes. Hayes is trying to switch the play. He kicks the ball straight to the other flank, and it's now with Bucknell. Bucknell kicks the ball straight to centre half forward, straight across, and a lovely mark straight across to Scott Carey. He's got the ball, trying to find his options across here, but it's almost 1-to-1 in possession. He's now been hurried up to play on, and the play on, he kicks it down straight to the forward flank across here. Hand pass out. Here comes Monk. Monk kicks it into the forward 50, trying to find an option, and a lovely mark straight across.
Yeah, it's 50's man Nigel holding strong there inside 50.
He's probably about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
So
And-
Tom Nigel, we're shooting, as you said, on a 45 from about 50 from goal. Just bobs up at the right times. The former Warburton listed player in the Central Highlands Football League, last season, come across here to Lake Windermere this year and has an opportunity to convert from 50. Nigel comes in and slips as he kicks. He won't make the distance, obviously, with a kick. Now Will Martin in a bit of trouble, and the umpire will give him that because he had no prior opportunity, and we'll get a ball up in the forward pocket for Lake Windermere.
Well, obviously Tommy should have listened to the ground report that Smithy gave, because he said it was a bit
I'm
slippery.
sure his mate, the physiotherapist, will tell him all about it during the week. Well, in-house joke here on 979 FM as we're back underway. Stevenson wins it down. Stolen by Giampolo's. Kicked in go too far though. Alexander, good tackle by Matthews on the ground and still got him. Slightly standing up. Great tackle by Dean Matthews, and he wins a free kick in defensive 50.
Oh, in the back by Matthews.
Bit of intensity shown by the Redan footballer. His kick's gone across though, showing a bit too much of it, and now he's got Pring in the gate. Him and Jack just chase, and the ball goes out of play. No, the umpire says holding the ball. Free kick going to go the way of Redan. Adrian Newey not liking Pring's effort to get rid of the football on that occasion. Ball goes in towards the corridor. Grant Bale goes for a run, looking sharp, and kicks towards the half-forward line where Hayes is in a one-on-one with Malone. Left footer. Does Malone know it? I don't think he did, but he's good enough to get the smother. Off the deck goes Phelps. Kick towards the boundary line. Going in low.
Taking legs.
I think he just got enough football before any contact.
It's firing up here. Like there's little
It's Sandy
context.
Cook's inside out of bounds.
There's little context happening right across the ground.
I'd call them spot fires, Trip.
It's just,
There's spot fires,
just get that
absolutely.
sense around the ground, boys. It just might explode any moment in this finals football.
Let's hope so.
Bell, left foot, around the body, sends it to the tip of the goal square. Big pack of players. Sam Clifton with the fist. At the crumbs is Lamb. Kick around the body will be marked on the goal line by Nick Peters. Saving grace for Lake Windermere on that occasion.
Absolutely, kicking out straight across, straight down to Corbin.
Good to see Brits up and about again too after his...
After a serious ball into the solar plexus.
Kicks it straight down, and he's trying to find Tom Nigel, who just missed that goal, but he's made it up for that one. Tried it, and they're playing in front across the Wilmot. Wilmot plays on,
What a beautiful kick.
and it's going straight. It's 1-1 contest.
Yes.
And Pring's there as well as Jack Jess. Straight, and it's gone over the boundary line, and it's going to be thrown in.
Yeah, some other appeals there for a deliberate bounce coming from Lake Windermere forwards, but umpire Newey saying nothing doing, and we'll get a ball in deep inside 50 here for Lake Windermere. Wilmot nominates himself for the ruck against Holzer and takes front position and almost wins it down. Ball at the front of the pack. Umpire's picked the free kick off the ball here. It's going to go the way
Lake Windermere.
of Lake Windermere. 50 from goal, and Hooper, once again a nice spot, unopposed, takes a mark 40 out from goal, can shoot for his second goal from the afternoon from exactly the same position. Actually, he kicked the last goal in the match back at about the 5-minute mark, I think.
It just seems to have a little bit more, it's more slippery compared to the other games. I don't know if there's what's going on, or if they've got
Did you have much rain up here overnight, or any?
No. It's been a beautiful day as well here, about 15 degrees in Ballarat this afternoon.
No.
Been mainly sunshine, and last night was nothing
He's lining up.
untoward as
Going
Hooper
for it.
come in with
He
the
kicks
kick.
it. No problem at all.
Down.
You should have asked Trevor. He was up to 4:30 in the morning. He knows it's
7-6-48 to 3-1-19. Thanks very much, boys. We're on the 979
I know I can ask Sammy about what happens at nightlife in Ballarat, because he is a true qualified night owl, not a prima donna.
I thought you were going to say a true quality
Well,
barista.
yesterday was the Smash Football Club's silly Saturday, and things were quite large. Can tell you.
Is that where you went, Trev?
Yes, that. Lake Windermere lead the way 7-6-48 to Redan 3-1-19 here on BFL Game of the Round. We're back underway. Stephenson wins it down to a dangerous spot, and here's Matthews once again with the football. Great return here.
Kick though.
Oh, what a mark. Right-hander at the back by Bucknell, who's doing a great job in defence. Finds Hayes. Plenty of face. And the old face smother there from Hayden Edwards gets the ball out of play. And we'll get one in between centre wing and the half-forward flank for Redan on Coventry side of the ground. They need to get the next one, boys, because they're trailing by 29 points here on BFL Game of the Round. Stephenson wins it down. Phelps was immediately tackled, so no opportunity for him, surely. And we'll get a ball up once again.
You've got to feel a little bit for the Redan football side. They had the first quarter with a negligible wind, playing games, and Lakers have got advantage of probably 2-goal boys.
Alexander, kick away, drop the ball, hold the ball, I'd say, free kick on the way over there, great tackle, diving tackle by Hoy. And the captain of the Round Football Club will get the ball centre wing countryside of the ground and can load up for them into attack. Hoy sends a high one, Stephenson sets himself in a big pack of players, and looking at the amount of men around that football there, boys. Ball went out of bounds, and we get a ball in just inside 50. I reckon there was about 8 or 9 players flew at that one. It was Hayes' big fist that got in there and got it towards the line out of play.
And the 8 or 9 that flew for it, there was probably 6 Lakers players.
We played 20 minutes in this quarter, and we've got about 5 minutes left.
Yeah, just ticked in the time on. Crash of players between Matthews and Alexander. Bell stood up, got a kick on it, but Hayes getting back as the loose man. They really need to try to negate him because he just does this far too often.
No.
Showed a bit up too much with the kick, but it was just enough to get to Nick Peters, who was strong enough to complete the mark. But I was saying, go to negate Benjamin Hayes in defence because he finds too much loose football. And he's too damaging across the half-back line as Peters goes to the outer side with a kick, centre wing, in the hands now to Alexander, found a man in Nathan Monk, he's bouncing ball towards the half-forward flank, Gianpaolo got there, quick little kick is good, Willox takes the mark, he wheels around, got a man in the half-back line, and then can set up through Morris. Morris goes across the ground, he's on a switch at the centre wing countryside, bounce of Stephenson, he's good enough, short little kick to Phelps,
Lovely kick.
takes the mark, Mitchell Phelps gets a 50-metre penalty too for the push, which I didn't think was a hell of a lot in it. Benny Taylor laughed it off.
Soft, but no, if they're there, I suppose.
Yeah, we're going to get a shot and goal from Mitchell. Yeah, just Jack Jess, just a bit of a unusual role. And Phelps gets an opportunity.
Simpson and Jess, and here we go. They're trying to get Jess away, and that's Gianpaolo and then Christopher trying to get Jess away.
So Phelps, can he get the first goal this term?
And that's what should have occurred.
The Redan Lions, he's kicked fading across, and it's a minor score to Phelps, and he doesn't miss too many boys, but he has on this occasion.
The role that Gianpaolo played there should have been a Bacchus Marsh player doing the same thing in the first quarter.
Sure, we'll keep down the middle, finds Peters, he takes the mark. Peters in defensive 50, can go to a teammate in Malone. Malone goes short. And Lakers just go to that slow play, that chip around, which they've been doing for the majority of this match so far. Hooper should mark in defensive 50 and does so. Chip around again, Monk on the move, takes the mark, and that's about 4 or 5 marks down defensive 50.
They're all uncontested.
And he can go back to Hooper if he wanted to, but he's got to manage even short over the top in Alexander. He takes the mark at centre half back.
Uncontested.
Can look to the outer side, or maybe come across the ground. Good to play on now is Alexander, and just pumps one down the centre wing on the outer side.
Bit high, but
And a nice
Good
strong
hit.
mark in front is taken by Armstrong. Seems up the big man.
That slow and methodical play.
And Arthur Armstrong gets towards half forward. Tough ball to mark. Coming across there was the Redan defender in Baker. And he got out of
for the
play.
defenders.
It's also the forward line probably letting Lake Windermere down at the moment in terms of that chip kick is not allowing.
No shit report today. Back underway. Stevenson won it down. Big back of players in this. Armstrong getting the arms for him, flicking it out. Dives in was a couple of Lakers who collided. Umpire's going to have to come in and sort this out, I reckon. Those waving play on.
Good play on.
Clifton emerged with it and he's brought to ground. The umpire says, gives me old ball up in the half forward line for
I
Lakers.
think after the chip report yesterday, I think he might have been threatened. And he's now probably treading a little bit warily. So,
I missed a negative chip report.
We'll hear about it afterwards. Here we go. The ball back into play. It was with Lake Windermere, and it's trying to find all the options within their forward line. And no one seems to be able to get the ball. It's almost smuggled out of there, but here comes
by Brett.
Brett's got the ball. Over here, Bucknell. Bucknell tries it. It's just on the ground. Home pass over thing. Now it's with Monk. Monk kicks it into the forward line, and it's a lovely mark. Straight. Is that going to be a free of 50, or what's the umpire saying? Anyways, with Pring, he goes for it. He sells the candy. He goes, and it looks good, and it's a goal.
Nathan Pring doing Nathan Pring things there. Copped a little ear massage, took the man on the mark and Gene Powell on a little dance, and finished from 48 metres out.
So it's 8-8-54 to 3-2 20.
Oh, 64, mate.
64?
No, there was
Sorry,
Jake, 8-8.
yeah. Yes, 88.
Don't bring a motivation joke into the play, Carriag. It's hard enough to get the scores right in the commentary box as it is. 8-6-54 is it's 3 goals to 20.
After my weekend, I'm a little bit slow with the uptake. Sorry.
34 points is the margin of VFL game of the round. We're back underway. Stevenson whacks it forward, but Hayes unopposed once again finds McCuskey. He's moved up the centre wing. He kicks across the ground, looking for Joel O'Connell, who just sits up for him, and it does. The TAC Cup instead player will kick towards the half-forward flank with the kick. Alexander wants it at the back, chips it over the top, looking from alone. Had to spoil the end because he was caught behind by the kick. Ball still alive. Pring, who's exceptionally quick, got the hands free. Umpire said he threw it away, and it's going to be free kick. And now a 50-metre penalty. Imagine for Alexander trying to kick it away. A
That's the
goal.
second one. We've played 25 and a half minutes, and I think there's probably about a minute and a half left to play in this quarter.
And that's not a bad 50 either, is it?
It's a lovely 50. Everyone would like that every single day.
I'll be buying land from him, boys. That's
That's
sure.
right.
That was the real estate.
So there's still time for the Lions here to get one late. They desperately need it. Brendan's Peace Chargers have the ball in the middle of the ground. It's in the hands of Nathan Willocks. He sends one towards 50. Smith from the back couldn't bring it down. Hoy with the crumbs. Have not kicked a major in this term. And Hoy's caught by Finlay on the ball. Free kick going away to Lakers youngster on the half back line. So Liam Finlay with the football. Lakers will go for this short, methodical work. Once again, it's in the hands of Benjamin Hayes on the half-back line, close to the boundary line on the commentary side.
Slow and methodical once again.
And he can go across to a loose man in Bucknell, who has acres of space to run if he wants to. He just walks there to defense 50, touches the ball on the ground, and goes back to Hayes. Too easy. It's too easy.
Very easy. It's
When you want to try to push for one late,
But the thing that's got me absolutely astounded, in the last quarter of last week, Brendan Peace asked and pleaded with the
Stevenson
Chargers
takes the mark and goes short inside 50 and finds Hoy.
to go
He
back
marks just inside 50.
to go back to the Redan style of old. There's nothing about it today, is there?
Liam Hoy's kicked one for the afternoon already. Tough kick from here from just on the 50-metre line at the 27-minute mark. The captain of the Rand Football Club. This is huge if he can convert from 50. Take his best kick from here. It's coming back but late, but an offline too much. And a minor score. And in the end, it's the last kick of the first half here, the first semi-final, always keep going astray for a minor score.
And could you say,
3-3
will you answer the question? We're playing the forward this quarter because I can see them down there.
I was looking the other way.
Yeah,
I was about to
that's
say,
what I said,
probably playing forward to kill off the game,
But-
and then probably chucking it back to
But he's going back into the square straight off. So
Yes, that answers my question for me.
So thank you, Barry. The buzzer is about to sound. There we go. There's the siren.
And we're going to get the second half underway here, and it's Arthur Armstrong who won it down, picked up there by Taylor, trying to break the tackle, umpire letting it go, ball spills free, Armstrong goes in for a second time, looking for Nick Peters, flicks it out, finds a man,
Simpson.
and there's an opportunity for Monk to Malone centre wing outside, trying to steps in,
that's ball.
just got him away, no, the umpire did say ball.
had to be.
Held on for too long, says the umpire, Barry Hagan. The umpire's green for the first time in 20 years. From all reports on that one. Ian Smith, you have some news for us?
I do, Sam, that, was it Kieran Waterbury is out with a knee.
Of course, we saw that incident early in the game when he went off and Trevor told us every part of the anatomy that might have been injured in the incident. We can confirm it's a knee that he's gone down off with, so...
I was very close this time.
We only amputated both his arms this time before we had a second
Thank you
opinion.
to the boys of the career for letting us in on that little bit of information for our listeners here on 979 FM. We're back underway inside 50 here for the Lions. In the hands now of Nathan Horbury. Umpire pays the advantage. Horbury lines him up. It's across the face. Holds on the goal square. And Lockie O'Connell does well to get a fist in there and rush it through for a minor score. First score of the second half gone away of the Redan Football Club after 1.5 minutes of football, but it's a minor score.
I think someone's got a 10 jumper for Lake Windermere. I think they changed numbers.
There's Anderson again, up in the back line.
So Scott Carey with a high ball. Nigel to the back two. Smith sets himself. Almost brought it down. Opportunity for the Lions. Handball's a bit too hot for his direct target, and Lamb Anderson's there, and they're able to see it over the line with a ball in between the half forward line and centre wing on the commentary side of the ground for the Redan Football Club, who trail by 32 points here on BFL Game of the Round.
The ball's about to be back into play. It is. They go for it, the umpire, the ruckman, and lovely by Brett, a lovely tap, and it's gone over the boundary line. No players could be able to get it. So
Probably Anderson
throw back
has a roving commission today. Do whatever he feels like.
That's what he does, Barry Hagan.
Yep.
Ball back into play again. And Brett get the tap again. No loss. Stevenson this time, and Stacks on the mill. And the umpire says, I'm going to give it to me, I'm going to throw the ball up. There's a little bit more of that congested football at the moment we're seeing in this third quarter.
Yeah, the Lakers happy to lock it up here at the moment on BFL Game of the Round. Off the bottom pack there was Jaden Hooper, and we're back underway. Stevenson again convincingly into down, bounce off the head of Hayes. Lamb trying to go through. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt on that occasion. Creates an opportunity for Hoy to slam it inside 50. High ball to the hot spot. At the back is Holzer. Can't get down the big fella. O'Connell going to try to mob up for the Lakers. Scott Carey at the back. Carey with the handball finds Peters, who's been everywhere. Steps inside, touches the ball in the ground in the back pocket. Hacks it out there with a high ball. In the contest, McCuskey is there, and in the end, it's been knocked over and will go out of play. We'll get a ball in the half-forward line for Redan in front of the scoreboard there on the other side.
The wall of the back line of Lake Windermere just virtually got into place when that ball went into that back 50 for them.
Knocked down there by Stephenson. And there's Clifton, stolen there by Matthews, got boot the ball, Phelps in front on the juggle, runs away, Mitch Phelps, lines him up, Mitchie, Phelps and gets the goal! Perfect start here for the Lions, just what the doctor ordered for them, and in the hands of the right ball user on this occasion is Mitchell Phelps, who kicks his first goal for the afternoon, and gets one here at the 4-minute mark for the Lions.
And when you said just what the doctor ordered, definitely not Dr. Trev.
Goal there to the Redan Lions, 4-4-28, they trail, to Lake Windermere, 8 goals, 6-54 here on BFL Game of the Round.
And to say that's how they needed to start the quarter was another statement.
26 points the margin here on BFL Game of the Round, 979 FM, 9.5 Apple event in the first semi-final. We're back underway here, off the square there.
That's a mark.
Wasn't required journey, was Jeffs with the kick to Willocks, bouncing ball towards the half-forward flank and gone out of play, with a ball on the outer side flank in front of the scoreboard there. at the 4.5 minute mark.
Thought they'd played a couple similar distance.
Well, it's a
already.
few times, Barry, when the ball's gone about 6 or 7 metres at some points and the umpires have paid the mark. Maybe it's something they talked about during the week and tighten
Oh,
up.
no, I'm talking about even today, mate.
Back underway.
Of that
Horbury.
distance.
Breakaway, fine hand pass and Chris Giampolo sends it to the hot spot. Big fly from the side from Smith and he takes the mark.
Now that's how he started the game last week from memory.
And he can go back from directly in front and convert for 2 in a row for the Redan Lions. From 30 from goal.
They just seem to have all the play with Dan in this third quarter.
Wouldn't this be the fillip that they need to start though?
For 2 goals in just as many minutes. Directly in front. Redan lining up for the 5th of the game and for the 2nd in a row. Comes in and gets it. 2 for the Lions here. 5-4-34 they trail. Lake Wendouree 8-6-54. 20 points to margin, but here they come, boys. A couple of goals to get things started.
Yes, Tiger. But we're going back to, as I said last week, that's how he started the game off. He took some clunkers and was
Fantastic role play for him.
really accurate too last week, as he was today.
I think he's around about the 10 goals for the season mark now, and an impressive inclusion to the lineup this year has Smith. So well done to Redan on that one. And they get a couple of goals in a minute here after 5 minutes of football. It's only 20 points margin, Trev.
Absolutely. Tapped down by Stevenson. And they're running up
Rove's opposition.
absolutely. The Rove, but it's now back with Redan, and they're going straight into their forward 50. It's picked up and it's been controlled by Hoy, but it's the ball gets a bit in front of him and it's gone over the boundary line in their forward pocket. In their Redan's 50 metres heading towards the Pearl Street end. Here we go. The ball's back into play here. It is Armstrong and also Stevenson trying to get the ball out.
Oh, hurried handball out of the
And
pack.
quickly Jack Jess is there, but firing up over here. But the ball's been, the umpire said it's holding the ball, and there's going to be a free kick going towards Hooper. Hooper passes the ball off for Lake Wendouree, and it's straight to the centre wing position, but it's been tapped down, and Stevenson there trying to be a rover as well at the same time, but it's ineffective. It's been passed down to McCluskey.
Yes, actually Wilmot has taken the mark there. It's back. So he's got opportunity to wheel out defence. High ball to the other side. Bounce off the chest there of Matthews. Opportunity there for Redan with Baker, but he's won a high free kick. On centre wing outside is Jordan Baker. Opportunity for Redan once again. They've got a couple of goals to start this term. Can they go again? This is Jordan Baker, centre wing outside. Virtually opposite from a commentary position. He pumps it down towards the half-forward line. Packer players form. Lamb couldn't bring it down. Now Nick Peters stayed down. Finally to Ashley Simpson. Running hand pass was stolen though by Morris. For Jack Jess. Still an opportunity for the Lions, but it's cut off by Monk. He gave it to a teammate in Taylor. He just whacked it towards the half-forward flank. We'll happily see this out of play. And we'll get a ball in the half-forward line, you imagine here. On BFL Gaming around at 979 FM 9.5 Apple FM after 8 minutes of football. 20 points is the margin here. Going the way of the Lakers, and they have it on the half-forward line. Back underway. One NY Stevenson. Packer players over the shoulder, maybe says the umpire. Yes, he does. Free kick going the way of the Redan Lions. So an opportunity for them to rebound off half-back here. They trail by 20 points. It's in the hands of Morris. He sends it towards centre wing. Stephenson's in a one-on-one. Ball hits the deck. Smith couldn't quite gather. Finlay's right on his hammer. And the umpire's giving him the benefit of that. And then we'll get a ball up. Centre wing out of side. It's virtually opposite from our commentary position here at the Eastern Oval, where it's bathed in beautiful sunshine. And it has been all afternoon here.
As is every time we come up here.
Back underway. Handball, found Armstrong. Armstrong whacks the ball inside 50 now for the Lakers. Coming from the side was clear. He couldn't complete the mark. Handball by Simpson was he legged. He was. And Ashley Simpson has kicked a couple of important goals to start the game. Kicking to this
distance is not beyond you, mate.
Going back.
The same position, isn't it? More or less. It is in the same goal that he's aiming for.
Kicked 2 goals at this end earlier in the match, as I was saying in the opening term. And the line for his third for the Lakers. This one to relieve a little bit of pressure that Redan were just starting to build in the comeback trail. Ashley Simpson from just inside the paint unloads a long ball. It's across the face and not going to score. It's not going to make it off hands. Ball still alive. Redan trying to lock it up and they're able to do so deep in defensive 50. And I can't quite see he's at the bottom of the pack there. I think it was Jim Polo getting up there late. Back underway here. Anderson got the little arrive with the fly in the ruck. He's towards the boundary line and he just sees it over. We'll get a ball in deep inside 50 at the 10-minute mark of the third term. It's the Lakers leading by 20 points, Trev.
Absolutely, and the Redan drums are starting to play. They're feeling that they can keep on coming back. Ball back into play. It's been tapped down by Anderson. Ball's been loaded up and no, it's just offline. Simpson just offline for a point for Lake Windaree.
To have any chance, how far do Redan have to be in front at three-quarter time?
At least a couple of goals within a couple, I think.
Yep.
They finished the game well last week.
Different opponents this week, mate.
Ball's been kicked out.
Won't have the same luxury.
And once again, the lovely mark by Finlay. He plays off, I think it was Peters. Peters into the forward 50. And almost marked by Clifton. But has been swapped over. Here comes, I think that's Wilmot. Wilmot is hand passing. There's hand passes everywhere. Hooper passes across and it's been kicked out to Finlay to
gone back 40 metres there just to find Finlay to shore things up for the Lakers, and Finlay will load one up. Pring arrived late, the little man couldn't bring it down. Horbury's underground hand passes cut off. Joe O'Connell stepped around some traffic, put his captain under a bit of pressure. O'Connell goes another time, and Jacob Short just jumped on him. And there's a big stack on a play to centre half back, and the umpire says, "Give it to me, I will ball it up." But just a touch of class there from O'Connell, almost creating an opportunity for the Lakers.
Nearly made something out of nothing, didn't he?
Absolutely. Back underway here. Neutral one down. Jim Polo's wrapped up in a big tackle, and Armstrong, as he always does, hits him into the ground fairly but decisively, and we'll get another ball
Right, can I
deep
pose a
inside.
question
Again, 50,
to you?
sorry.
I just doubting the fitness of Nathan Horbury.
tapped down by Anderson.
That man Horbury does get the football in clearance, bouncing one in the hands now. Lockie O'Connell spins on the time. Too much time for O'Connell, spins around and finds a man. Just couldn't put the mark in Armstrong, but then he went whack to the goal square. Hot football be won. Ball is punched from behind from Cleary, trying to get it towards Horbury. Umpire Lawrence comes in and says there's a free kick on the way of Cleary, who's been held by the arm. So he can go short, find a man. Mark is taken by Redan and by Baker.
Have a look at Horbury, just walking out of defence. That's very un-Horbury-like, isn't it?
High kick. Stevenson crashed the pack. Quick kick coming there from Edwards. Bouncing ball. Trying to knock it on was Finlay. Hayes got free, flicked at the hand pass, and it was towards the boundary line. We'll get a ball in right from our commentary position here on BFL Game of the Round. Of course, Redan are already down one rotation with Waterbury, as we discussed, is not going to return for the remainder of the match with a knee injury. So they would desperately want to try and not go down towards, be down to two rotations as Taylor picks it up. Handball top finds Alexander to O'Connell.
That's
nice play. And umpire newly agrees with you, Trev. Free kick going the way of Redan, of the way of Edwards, gives it to Lamb. Lamb will send a long ball. Horbury will come from the back, over his head. Lakers in under lots of pressure. They want to lock it up, and they're able to do so. So we're going to ball up at 30 from their own defensive goal, Lake Windaree. They lead this match by 21 points on BFL Game of the Round, the first semi-final. We're back underway. Hayes come late, trying to smash it out of there, but he couldn't do so, and we'll get another ball up. About 30 from goal still.
We've played 13 and a half minutes here. Lake Windaree 8-7-55. Redan 5-4-34. And it's on the 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM Game of the Day scoreboard.
Hayes won it down, taken by Finlay, who wants to go wide with the kick and just get it as far away from his defensive 50 as possible. McCuskey took on Britt. He went for a run over his full measure. He did run too far, trying to get away from Britt, and the veteran just didn't give up in the chase, and a credit to him.
And I've got a new phrase for you too, mate.
Yes, what's the new phrase?
Instead of running into a brick wall in Britt, you've run into a brick wall.
There you go. cheap pop there trying for Barry Ag. It was poor and it was a very solid, not very good reception.
I thought it was rather good, but then again,
Some of you shamble like that's the sad thing. Cooper at the back, trying to get them away. His kick was smothered. Opportunity inside 50 man for Horbury. Ball around to tackle umpire. Waves play on. Hooper hacks it out of there. Wants to try to keep it just in the field of play. Redan set themselves on the half-forward line, win a free kick. Yes, they do. They try to take the advantage through Willocks. Sends it to the top of the goal square. In there's Holzer. Where's the Crummers? The only Crummer was O'Connell. Lucky O'Connell runs out defensive 50. Kicks in the Anderson direction. He's got to win this because of the 2-on-1. Just wants the boundary line, Lucas Anderson, and that's a big win.
yep, played that well, didn't he?
He didn't complete the mark because the fist was good from behind from Cleary. And he had Edwards right there for Redan. He was just able to get it out of bounds and not let Redan go into attack with the extra player. We're going to ball in the half-forward line. 15 minutes gone in this one. They're 4 bit short. Alexander gets another clearance like he always does. Sends to the centre wing. Sending himself was Morris. He takes it's Matthews and takes a strong mark. Run from the commentary box. Dean Matthews. Good little kick. We find that man I just said in Willocks. And Willocks wheels around to the top of the goal square. Stephenson's there, couldn't bring it down. Boards the deck. Alexander coming through once again, and he's able to find Sam Clifton. A bit more relief coming here for the Lakers. His kicks a wobbly one out of the fence. Brett picks it up, whacks the ball in on his left boot. Extra man with the Lakers. Finlay came through, couldn't complete the mark. Ball still alive in attacking 50 for Redan. They need to create an opportunity here. Big backup players swarm. The umpire says, gives him the ball up, 30 up, 35 out from goal.
It doesn't look like anyone's scoring at the moment. It's very contested football.
21 points is the margin here on BFL Game of the Round. It's the Lakers' way, but they're locked up in defensive 50. Redan coming hard here. And the umpire, against the Ruckman, leading with the leg, he says. Shepherd out as been a contentious one all year. We've seen in the AFL with the hand going out. That one was the leg. And the umpire didn't like it and says it's going to be a free kick going the way of Lake Winderee and looks like the way of O'Connell, who took the ruck against Stevenson. So Lachlan O'Connell in his defensive left back pocket. He can hold it up. Wants to go short to Alexander, who just continues on winning plenty of the football for Lake Winderee, the little man.
Well, he'd been shouldered by Oren over there.
And Alexander will pump it down the line. At the back is Baker for Redan. Went with the one hand, not the two. Mike Costing, Cleary, over the top. Sets on the head of Jess. He gets boot to ball. Has it gone the required junior mark? Just trickled there. Hayes running back.
Lovely mark.
Courageous and strong mark from Taylor, who gave that man in Hayes, who goes out of the fence towards the centre of the ground. Bouncing ball. Preen. Court, got away just in time to Clifton. Clifton to Alexander. Alexander showed a bit of foot candy. Send it inside 50. Anderson sets it up and bring it down though. Matthews at the back to a teammate in Giampolo. Short little kick. Clifton comes late, but Jacob Short said to mop it up for Redan. Here they go. Bell, flat-footed. The Smith went without it. Trying to play for a free kick, couldn't quite get it. Right on his hammer was Taylor. And then the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Very true in the centre ground here at the 18-minute mark. Still 21 points to margin, Trev.
Absolutely, and Monk's at the bottom of that pack over there. So here we go. Ball back into play over here. It's been a lovely tap by Armstrong, but the stacks on the middle, no one's been able to get it. And the umpire's about to call, yes, give it to me. Here we go. So it is a very close third quarter here. Back into play. Tapped. But no, not effective. Here comes Ahoy, and he's on the bottom of that pack, and the umpire says, give it back to me here, and I'm trying and ball out for a secondary bounce here. It's clearing the area. Up goes that ball again. This time it's been tapped down by Armstrong.
Maybe in danger.
Maybe.
There's a free kick going the way of, I think, Alexander there, kicking it straight down into the forward 50. It's Lovelock. Should be a free kick over the shoulder, and it's going towards...
Isn't that nice to see from Lucas Anderson, because it's obviously accidental. He's going full tilt the ball as well, and he just checked on him, little pat on the shoulder and said, are you right, mate?
Absolutely, and...
That's going to be the trouble there for a Redan player who went back with courage.
I think he's fallen on his back and probably winded himself. Hopefully that's all.
So they already are down one.
Dr. Berry.
We're just hit the 19-minute mark of this third quarter, and yes, at the moment there's a free kick to Redan in their back 50.
Yeah, it just looks winded, very, very sick and sorry. You know.
Yep. Well, as I said, hopefully that is all that's the problem is.
And hopefully now that's probably the two rotations they have on the
Yeah,
bench,
he's having a bit of a...
he'll be fine by the looks of it, hopefully.
Yeah, Christian Parlo, the man with courage.
And Jack
Going
just comes back
for it.
on the ball, and he's just back on, and he's been hand-passed the ball straight from Gianpaolo, straight onto the centre wing over here, picked up the ball.
That's not bad transition so far, is it?
Smith has got the ball in his hands, trying to find an option, and he's going for Hoy, and Hoy's got the ball as a very quick transition
And you can
from...
see how much they missed Mitchell Phelps last year. I mean, his class and his decision making is elite in that forward 50, and just a short little kick there to find Liam Hoy who can go back and shoot for his second.
And, you know, and it wasn't as though he had 2.5 weeks to make a decision. He was on a fair amount of pressure.
On the wrong side for the left footer as well. And a pinpoint, his captain Liam Hoy to make it 3 in a row for the Lions here. Hoy to come in from just inside the paint.
It's
Kick
going.
is on its way. It's always towards the near side though, and in the end it's going to
Wonderful.
fail to score.
Goodness.
So no missed opportunity for Liam.
It just seems to be very...
But what happens when you're on your limit, it doesn't. When you try and kick it too far, you lose your accuracy.
just seems very slippery, the ground, and also, they're not actually controlling their feet.
Well, the bottom line is, Trev, if the ground is slippery, there's only people. The only person to blame is the bloody players for not having the correct boots on.
Peters comes across the ground. Hazel rides out in the full. Nathan Horbury's going to get it. 50 from goal on the boundary line, Countryside the ground.
But the earlier game, Barry, it doesn't seem like that they were slipping and sliding as much as they were doing.
You also remember, boys, it's not the slipping and sliding, it's more the intense pressure of making players losing their feet in the finals football. I mean, you're under severe duress. And your knees can buckle at times. As Horbury, from the boundary line, will send it to the tip of the goal square. Stephenson flies from the side, couldn't take the mark. Phelps saved down right, but Footstep's not going to make it. Ball still alive. Damien Horbury tries to bust his way through. Didn't dispose of it. Over the shoulder goes Phelps near side. Minor score. Redan keep on pressing, but they just couldn't get one through the big sticks there. 20 points to marching in a BFL game of the round. 8-7-55. That's Lake Windermere leading the way. Redan 5-5-35. 20 points, as I said, and it's in the hands of Scott Carey, the full-back position, doing the kicking in duties as he has for a number of years for Lake Windermere. Carey called the play on, wants to go to the outer side, high ball, arriving late will be Herban, big pack of players collide, McCuskey flicks one out, looking for Alexander again, and the little man who's had so much of the football is taken over the boundary line with a ball on the half-forward line.
A bit surprised you didn't pick that up, but effortlessly from the goal square, 60-metre kick onto that 2 steps wasn't. This is typical Carey.
Just what Scott Carey has been doing for Lake Windermere for a number of years now so well. Back underway. Handball top to Peters, puts him under pressure. He's good enough just to flick it away. Clifton coming through. Hasn't had a very good afternoon from his illustrious standards. Is wrapped up in a tackle by Edwards. And I reckon the umpire says hold the ball. Free kick on the way of Redan.
You guys got the umpires marked up, haven't you?
Well, we could.
Edwards will send it inside 50 once again. Hayes, big fist. Was wrong-footed by the bounce. Bounces off Anderson. Goes to a teammate. Whacks into the tip of the goal square. Numbers are actually with Redan, and Horbury takes the mark. Plays on Damien Horbury. Hits the post. Marks at the tip of the goal square. Wanted to play on and snap a quick one.
And that post is still going.
I think that was the option. If he had gone back, it would have put him on an impossible angle.
Well, that post is still swinging like there's
But
no
also,
tomorrow.
did he just go too quickly? No, not slow down. Take it
there wasn't anybody around him, was there? So I suppose that's what the option was. I thought
Carey played on and wants to go down the middle with the kick.
Through the corridor.
Malone flicks it out to a teammate in Peters. Pinpoint passes in the Finlay direction, but just going to bounce in front of him, and we'll get a ball in right in front of the commentary box here at the Eastern Oval. 24 minutes have gone. 19 points is the margin.
And under 4 minutes left in this quarter.
We're back underway here. One down. Clifton with the rove. He gets an inside 50 with a left foot kick. Punch from behind from short. Nigel chasing it for the Lakers. Can't quite get there. Now he slides in. He's brought around to the tackle. Giampolo's back out there after getting collided only a few minutes ago by Anderson, and a tackle will result in a ball up.
And looks like my prognosis was correct.
What's that?
Knocked the wind out of him.
Back underway.
That's how you do it, Dr. Trev.
No.
Then trying to get off half back to Willocks. Now they're running on Jack Jess. Will he make a smart decision here? He looks in the corridor and he tried to hit Stevenson. He couldn't quite do so. Wilmot cut it off. Wilmot spins around. Clifton will take the mark just inside the paint.
I'm going to make a prediction. If they get this goal after a lot of play against Redan, the game's over. Oh, here we go.
Steve Clifton has those legs got enough in them. It's offline. Away to the side, and in the end, it's going to go off hands and out of bounds. So it's, I guess, a win for the Lakers because they can look this up inside 50 late in the third term when they lead by 19 points. 25 minutes have passed here in the third quarter, and Lake Windaree have yet to kick a goal in this term, but Redan haven't punished them with only 2 majors going to them. Back underway. There's still time for a couple for Redan. Handball from the Lakers. Taken away, throw by Morris.
That's nice.
Down to teammate in Jess. The sidestep was brilliant. Send it towards centre half forward. Horbury got an unkind bounce. Where are the runners for Redan? Malone just dives on top of the football. Now he's got a big issue. Umpire knew he could make a big ball. And he says, no, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. One maybe going in the common way of the Lakers.
I might have just cost him the 979 award.
Oh, no. That was very close.
I think Malone's very lucky on that occasion.
Exactly.
Hooper got his kick away, but it's going to come straight back. Smith's by himself, and he sends a long ball to the dangerous area. Big punch from the side, though. It was good from Carey. Holzer tries to get away. He threw it away. Umpire being very lenient on this occasion, and we're going to get a ball in.
Was blindsided, but
About 35 from goal. Redan need one here. They're 5-6-6 trying Lake Windaree 8-7-55. Stevenson wins it down. Coming through was Morris. Couldn't quite cleanly win it. Stolen by Jack Jess. Runs around on his right boot. Flicks it to the tip of the goal square. Off hands. Morris coming through. Diving was Lake Windaree defender and Finlay. Stolen there by Willocks. Willocks hits on the outside of the boot, but it's the near side. Mine score. They keep on pressing, boys, but they just can't get that one that opens it up. On the deadlock up. It's 18 points to margin here, Trev.
27 minutes played and probably about just under 2 minutes left in this quarter.
and as you said, that was a name you haven't called very often today too, Willocks.
Playing in a different role this afternoon, more up the ground.
Scott Carey's got the ball in, going about to kick in.
Of course, he kicked 5 goals in round 1 against Lake Windaree.
Yep.
He was very impressive.
Hooper's trying to make play, but he decides Wilmot is going to kick it outside the 50. And it's a contested ball, and it was a no mark at all, but it's been picked up by Giampolo and goes into his forward 50. Picked up over here, and it's now marked with Ben Taylor. Ben Taylor kicks out and trying to find, but it's gone a bit too much, and it's cleverly marked by Jordan Baker. He switches play, but it was the wrong option, as Barry's saying, but it's still with Jack Jess. Jack Jess makes a play, and he goes, and it's too much carry on it, as they say, and the ball is now with Scott Carey, and he takes it over the line, and it's going to be a throw-in on the forward flank.
Just trying to go to the fat side of the ground there, Barry. I didn't quite work out.
Have a look at, as I said, he seems to be carrying. Come on.
A little bit. He did do times last week. We thought, man,
Ball back into play. The Ruck go at it, and it's punched over by Stevenson, and it's over the boundary line. Once again, it was a big punch over there, and they're going to do it all over again.
the Tigers about a minute to go. Tigers about a minute to go. Yeah.
That's what
Thrown back in.
said, mate. Tell me it's 1 minute to go. Yeah.
Armstrong passes back on play. There's finger action going in the box, but it's only going to
Hayes flips it out. Edward sends a left foot torpedo, punt into the pocket. Bounces, right by Connolly. Had to win that. Had to leave his direct opponent, and he smuggled it and got it out of bounds.
It was
Gutsy decision on his behalf and well executed.
87257 here on 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM. The ball's back into play over here. who can get the ball, but no one seems to be able to get any possession of the ball. It's Stacks on the mill, and next to the ball spills free. It's all with Lake Windery, but there's been a push in the back, and the umpire says yes, there's going to be a free kick to Lake Windery, and I think that will probably be. There's about 30 seconds left in this third quarter.
So a couple of smart decisions on Lakers can get out of this. Finlay pumps it down the line. Armstrong over his head. Still time maybe for Redan. They need a quick play, and Britt's taking over the line. He's happy to see when he saw those surge of green in front of him. About 4 or 5 Lake Windery players queuing up for Patrick Britt on that occasion, but he took the ball out. Quick clearance to the mark. Might be enough time for Redan. Stevenson wins it down. Boy, got tackled. Maybe enough time to go the other way. No, Britt was in the way. Willox flicked it out. Armstrong comes through. Kick was smothered. Armstrong goes again. Off the deck went Clifton. Baker. And here's Pring. Centre wing. Goes for a run. Nathan Pring takes him on. Pring is getting kicked away. As the siren sounds here for three-quarter time, the first semi-final. Lake Windery, they hold a lead by 3 goals at the moment. All that term, though, was Redan, but Barry Oaks, they make the most of the opportunities. Here in the first semi-final, Lake Windery lead by 18 points. And we're going to get underway here at the East Nova. Stevenson with a big fist. Gets 10-15 metres. Pring flicks it back to Scott Carey. He's unopposed, but he couldn't get it away. Umpire gave him benefit out though. Jess flicked it over. Here goes the line. Did he get one in the back? I said no. Goodness. His decision had to be called, and the umpire gave the benefit to the tackler. So no opportunity for Redan, but they have locked it up inside 50. Stevenson in the ruck. Armstrong wins it down. Stolen by Bell. He works around the bodies. They're coming back. No, it's not. Minor score to Redan. They keep on pressing, but they just can't get that breakthrough goal through the big sticks. Grant Bell missing across the face. Minor score at the opening minute.
And I think that's Scott Carey over there ready to bring the ball back into play.
Yes, they're in the safe hands of the veteran Scott Carey, and he goes short. Finds a man. Mark is taken there by...
Unforgivable.
To Taylor, back to Carey. Carey goes short again. Clifton takes a mark. This methodical work is good from the Lakers. Kicks up the centre wing from alone, but he's outnumbered 2-1. Here's Matthews, works a 1-2, and they get in the 3-4 to Giampaolo. Now Smith goes around the body, partially smothered, still alive. Morris got away, whacks it inside 50. Tough ball to mark. Coming to the side was Hoy, almost completed. Bell around the body again. This one looks across the face. Aubrey's there. And he's marked virtually in the same position
Of the Damien variety.
you have the Damien variety where he did in the third term, he played on and hit the woodwork, and this time Barry Oakey is going to go back, take his time, and hopefully for Redan line's sake, steer this one through the big sticks, and you can listen to the crowd if you can kick your heads. Well, the umpire's just making sure he gets that right angle. As Horbury just began his approach. So Damien Horbury, to get the lines going in the final term, comes in and puts it through. And Redan do get the opening goal this term at the 2-minute mark after Damien Horbury here on BFL Game of the Round, Barry
If I
Ag.
serve me correctly, is that the first goal they've kicked down and in?
It most certainly is, Barry Ag. We'll stack back from you. And they started coming there, Smithy. They started coming in that last term, and they've reduced the margin here significantly. 6-8.
I think the opposition won't let them do what they did last week, but they have started this last quarter.
6-8,
exactly what
44.
they did last week.
Lake Windery, 8-7, 55. 11 points to margin here, Trev.
Absolutely.
And the Lions, they're coming home here with the war.
They are, and the umpire got the ball.
I picked it up, mate. I picked it up.
Here we go. Maybe the Lake Windery will come home with a wet sail. The ball's back into
Smith!
been marked by Luke. What a lovely mark.
Courageous.
About to hand pass off. And he has, and it's been a little bit more than he should. But over there is Liam Finlay, and the ball, he tapped the ball over the boundary line. And we're going to have another throw in.
Love the development of Liam Finlay this
Got a
year.
bone to pick with you two guys after the final sorry.
Yes, okay, I'll remind me of that Barry A goal. We'll get things back in line. The sun's back out here in Ballarat, which is good to see here to Snowville. Run down by Stevenson, and it's just towards the line and taken out.
I was is that because of my pun about with
no,
the sale of the Lakers?
No.
The best part is you then when laughed at your joke and everyone knows it. All our listeners do know it. Malone got his handball away. Like when they're under all sorts of pressure here, Willock's coming the other way with a big tackle. Handball on top was good though. Anderson in the middle of the ground. Sends a high ball inside 50. Britton with his fist reaching over the top.
That's
away.
great play.
Jack Jess got it out of the full back position. High ball. Tough one to mark. Anderson stayed down. Able to wheel around. Clever looking kick, and he finds Simpson. Got a loose man in Pring inside 50. Also got Taylor. The kick was sort of in between. Made it hard. Taylor still got away. Flicked across to Nathan Pring. This one will hurt, and Nathan Pring gets it home. There's the difference in the match. Lake Windermere taking the most of the half opportunity, and Nathan Pring steering home his second goal for the match from 40 metres out.
That's 9-7 to 6-8 here on the. So Lake Windermere is 9-7, Redan 6-8 on the 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM scoreboard.
Yeah, 17 points to margin, 61 to 44.
Umpire's got the ball in his hand, ready to throw the ball back up. The two ruck going in. Stevenson's done the whole tap. It's been
That's better.
with Horsbury. Horsbury was able to get effective position, and now it's all tied up. And the umpire says, "I'm going to have a secondary bounce right in the middle of the ground." He's clearing the path already, and the ball's up in the air again. Tapped down by Stevenson, and it's Pring's got his hands on it, but no one's able to get the ball.
Robbie back in the pack again.
Yes.
We're going to see a third of the ball, 979. Traditionally, a third of the ball up in the middle of the ground.
And it's directly in the middle of the ground, isn't it?
So you go, as they have all afternoon, Stephenson in the ruck against Armstrong. Peters trying to get his way through, wrapped up by a couple, getting tackled in the end. And we'll get another ball up here on BFL Game of the Round, 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM. And we'll get back underway here. Stephenson wins it down. And Horbury's backed up, and it's at a stalemate at the moment. The Lakers will like this.
Yep.
Just trying to mop things up as much as possible. On BFL Game of the Round. Here after 6 minutes of football, they lead by 17 points. One down. Biber down again, but getting away with it is Nick Peters. He kicks towards the half-forward line. And Cleary was well positioned in defence on that occasion on McCuskey. He takes the mark, gives off to the runner and Jack Jess. Jack Jess on the outer side, trying to send one to centre weak. But he's coughed up again. Peters looks across, finds his coach in Malone.
This is the best game I've seen him play today, Malone.
Slows the play down.
Very good as he kicks towards the half-forward lines. Nigam's attended option. Got a couple to beat. Giampaolo flicked it over the top. The boundary line's the Redan's friend if they can get it out. But they want to try and take the game on and win it from half back, but they can't. It's been locked up. We've got a ball up on the half-forward flank, one from the scoreboard on the outer side. 7 minutes of football have passed in this final term, and 17 points is the margin. By to clear a bit of space and get us back underway on the outer side. And he's just sorting out a few things between Nathan Horbury and Nick Peters, but then gets underway. Stemson won it down. The boundary line is nearby for Morish, and that's where the ball ends up. We've got a ball in on the other side there, Trev.
Absolutely, and I could see that the Lake Windermere is actually trying to find the boundary line just to slow the play down because, anyway, the ball's back into play over here. And it's been tapped down by Stevenson. Once again, no effective thing, but pass. Hornsbury got the ball out, able to, but he was trying to get Phelps, but the ball's going over the boundary line, and there's going to be another boundary throw in between the flank or the half forward line for Lake Windermere and the centre half.
In between half forward and centre wing outside for Lake Windermere. Big fist. Does it go on the full? I think it does.
Yes, and it's gone on.
And it's going to result in a free kick.
Sammy, can you open that book up for Trev, please?
Oh, sorry.
No, that one.
Which book?
Oh, sorry, there we go. It's our AFL book, yes.
Sorry, I am
Our baby step book is run away here. High ball towards the half-forward flank. Stevenson flies. Had 2-3 bites at it. Couldn't beat the mark. Lakers with the chance. And with the back, Horbury's bearing down. Umpire let it go. No, he didn't.
That was probably a little bit of a delay in terms of delivering that free kick.
Well, that's why I thought he let it go, but he clearly didn't. Free kick going out of the way of Alexander. Just late in the whistle on that occasion. He'll go short. Mark should be taken by Hooper. Hooper, 65 from goal. We'll go short again to Bucknell.
Another uncontested mark. Goodness me.
Just chipping around the Lakers. Pinpoint pass is good.
Lovely.
Slow, methodical build-up is to perfection. And Tom Nigem takes the mark inside 50, and he can go back and shoot for his first major for the afternoon for Lake Wendouree.
And I think that's what's probably been happening all day, that the transition between the back line to the centre, there hasn't been that much play within that forward line. Barry?
You'll have to do yourself an injury today, this week, won't you? So you're going to go and see your physio.
Tomorrow night.
You know, Swimpy's back and Nigel in, and why wouldn't you? He gets it home. Nigel gets his first for the afternoon. A couple in a row to the Lakers. Makes it a 23-point ball game here at the Eastern Oval. The question I'm going to pose to you, Gary,
all over.
and that's where he's answering my question before I could even spit it out. Harry Aggs called it at the 9.5-minute mark of the final term. He thinks the Lakers have done enough here. 23 points to margin here on BFL Game of the Round on 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM. Of course, the winner of this match takes on Bacchus Marsh next week on Saturday. Most likely, I believe, will be probably here at the Eastern Oval.
I know we have a guest in our commentary box today, but
Wilmont
I'll probably pose this one to David when we get a
kicked
chance.
away, clearly took the mark at centre half back.
That's one of the first times we called him today, isn't it?
Goes
No, I've
across,
spoken to David on a number of occasions.
No, Cleary. I'm talking about Angus Cleary.
went across, and Lord knows going to go out of play. Yes, it will.
Oh, goodness.
David,
I thought-
your views on yesterday. My views are that the Lakers, at this standard, are going to win probably about the same intensity as Cobras yesterday.
We'll get back underway. I might hope you get an answer to that question as Jess flicked it over to Chris Giampolo. He kicks towards centre half forward position. Smith had two cracks at off the deck, went down to the full forward spot. Lakers trying to clear through O'Connell, got away just in time towards centre back. Taylor's there. He mops things up always so cleverly. Goes to Nathan Monk. Monk goes out to the outside, and that's great passage of play. On the line, didn't complete the mark.
No, I think he might have got the sun in his eyes.
Well, you could see him shooting it, but but couldn't complete the mark.
and you've ducked the question, David.
Nicely done. We're bowling instead of on the other side. Redan sends it towards the half forward thanks to Bell. Smith took it off hands, sends it to the full forward position. But Bucknell will go and take the mark in defence.
He's playing
Against
Horsbury.
yeah, it's going to go the way of Damien Horbury. Last 2 weeks, Horsburys are getting a lot of football. He doesn't exist.
second for the quarter.
Yes, to get the response, and maybe just a window of light for the Redan Lions. Damien Horbury comes in and kicks the goal.
That shortens the margin back here, so it's 7-8. 50 to 10-7, 67, so a 17-point lead to Lake Windermere. Here on 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM, we've played 12 minutes in this last quarter.
And the reason I asked you a question, David, I thought on the standard play it should be a crack of a game next week.
Yeah, look, I think the thing you've got to take into consideration is Redan is not throwing at Lake Windermere anything like what Bacchus Marsh had thrown at it yesterday. And there's been mistakes on both sides. And yesterday, of course, Darley just punished the Cobras, and you would imagine if they played like yesterday today, in a Darley situation, they would have punished even Lake Windermere.
Yep.
It's just a different type of game.
Very well summed up there by David Ware, the man from the quarry, and we're back underway here as Armstrong couldn't quite complete the mark. Lake Windermere trying to press forward once again. Wilmot back to Armstrong, looking for Pring. Cummings Wilber's land. Another man with the ball. Pring. Trying to spin his way through with Hayes. Flicked it out to Bell. Kick went straight up and under. I think it's gone 15 metres. Whacked forward by Armstrong. Brick got his kick away in towards the centre of the ground. Hayes will ride for Lake Windermere, and he'll try to get it out of there. Goes wide with the kick in the Nathan Monk direction. Him and Jess with the foot race, and Jess got him. Ball still alive. Bucknell trying to tap it on. coming to his Hoy. Umpires picked their free kick over the shoulder. Free kick going away, Redan. That's the break they need. 13 and a half minutes gone. Still a little bit of life in the Lions' den. They kick it down the line. Smith in front will take the mark. Got shoved as he marked. The umpire says it's fine. In the contest, he says. And they load it up inside 50. Warburg one. Nathan Warburg almost completed the mark. Ball live. Lake Windermere desperately trying to get it out of there. A bit of a scramble in defensive 50. In the end, the umpire has to come in and sort it out in trying to pack the players. And we're going to ball up just inside 50.
To make it easier for us, Ian, can you run out on the ground and get him play the ball to play over this side and keep it out of the shadow so we can see what's going on, please, mate?
Redan is just...
Thank you, mate.
Redan has just up there at the ante. I think they know that this is last part of play.
Back underway. Redan won it down. Stolen by Morris. Goes to Nathan Warburg to the goal square and has gone through for a minor. Lake Windermere had the numbers there to rush it through. As is anyway.
The only trouble is, Trev, if it's taken them this long into the game to realise what their options are,
It might be a little bit too late.
far too late.
Lakers go short. In the hands of Bucknell. Got to get it away. Just in time. Bounced unkindly for Anderson. Here's Willocks with the spin move. Willocks lines them up. Best near side minus score. They've got to take those half opportunities, boys.
And that's the thing, is in terms of those opportunities, they haven't really been able to secure today. So, and this is the thing.
7-9-51. That's Redan trailing. Lake Windermere 10-7-67 here on BFL Game of the Round.
Well, basically,
High ball, a nice strong mark taken in by Malone.
you've probably seen him more than I have, mate, but as I said, this is the best game I've seen him play.
He's been terrific this afternoon. Kick down the line. Big fist there by Redan.
Oh,
Got it away.
yep.
The tackling pressure has increased. I know it's like 10 minutes left or whatever in the game, but the tackling pressure has increased. And
And it comes
And just a correction to the scores, boys. Redan 7-10-52. So Lake Windermere's 10-7-67. 15 points to margin.
back to your favourite hate, mate. 17 scoring shots each, yet there's a 15-point difference in the score.
They whack it towards centre wing to Redan, but it's taken back by the Lakers and taken by Sean Lamont, who's had plenty of it. Drives it inside 50 once again. Punch from behind was good from Gianpaolo. Lake Windermere get in the hands of Clifton. He sends one to the goal square where he's got a man. And Nigel takes the mark in the goal square and surely goes back and puts the game away directly in front, 15 from goal.
hopefully he gets this one. But you're right, Barry. It's one of my pet hates in terms of having the same scoring shots. With
And I think we're going to see a card, boys.
Jack Jess is...
Well, he's a feisty character, boys. He's always in the thick of things, getting stuck into
young and old, and here we go.
what colour will it be? Yellow. And it's a yellow.
That's the game for him, and that's his season, I think.
Well-
There's pushing and shoving.
And Jack Jess has been sent off in the off-the-ball incident. And Nigel McCourse, well, he's in the goal square anyway. He gets taken right to the line.
That's a 50 on top of that.
Sour note to finish his season on, Jack Jess.
Yep. Didn't see what caused the incident, but
Push and shove, maybe.
we saw the
Umpire Tim Lyons came in and sent the man off.
There we
Nigel
go.
kicks his second in the final term. And you'd say Lake Windermere now officially booked their place next week in the preliminary final against Bacchus Marsh. It'll be here at the Eastern Oval, you'd imagine, 2:15. You'll be here live on BFL Game Around on 979 FM and 9.5 Apple FM.
one thing that surprised me. There was a strong contingent, even though they're
Threw the water bottle slammed it into the fence. I'm happy, but he's only probably got himself.
even
Yep.
even though Darley reserve side play today, there's strong Darley contingent here from all the senior players and coaches. Haven't seen anybody from the Copras up here today, which I thought would have been
A good thing to have a look at.
Do a little bit of scouting work and see, you've got to play the winner of the side
exactly.
next Saturday afternoon.
Onion.
Oh, they could listen to our call on the vision, which you can see at aflgoldfields.tv
Yep.
every week. I do a fantastic job covering every game of football.
It's firing up here.
But watching it on
Tape rather than watching it live in the flesh barrier, because it's a completely different story, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Back underway, one down by Stephenson. Clifton ducked ahead and tried to bust his way through. Umpire say, give it to me, I will ball up in the middle of the ground. 18 and a half minutes gone here, Trev.
And this is
Absolutely.
a question for the rest of the cameramen there, but not everybody is up to the high standard
back into-
as Josho on the camera.
Ball
So
back
man,
into
Josh.
play, tapped out, and it's with Hooper. Hooper kicks it straight down to centre half forward, and it's picked up by Simpson. Simpson, it's Stacks on the mill, and the umpire's going to say, "Give it to me. I'm going to throw the ball up just on the centre square." Here, the umpire's got the ball. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a moment. The ball's back up in the air.
What are you going to tell us, Chris?
That's right. Hand pass out.
Who would know?
On the lonely. No, that's Peter's. Peter kicks it out. Oh, can you just take over?
Mark taking there by Taylor. He's going to send it inside 50. Pring on the move in the pocket. And good spot there. Good body spot there by Chris Giampaolo getting it out of play.
I was about to say, when we looked at the Cobras and also
Darley.
Darley, I said that Darley would be in the grand final back way when.
Big call, Trev again.
No, I'm not talking about this time. I'm talking about 3-4 weeks ago. That was about 3-4 weeks ago, and Barry was telling me that Bagger Smash will be there as well. So,
Well, have their chance next week when I take on Lake Windurri, who are leading by 21 points here as we tick in the time on the final term here on BFL game. We're in the first semi-final. Giampaolo got it away. Nick Peters is there, the boundary line is there, and it's gone out of play.
And with all due respect, Trev, if you made that call about 4 weeks ago at
Yes.
Cuttingley Park,
No.
when the Cobras beat Darley by about 498 points,
Yeah.
that was a pretty good call then, mate, I would have suggested.
oh, what about the week before? I think I made it then. Anyway, the umpire says there's
I think the game is referring to is when they demolished East Point on their home track, but I'm trying to save you, Trev, you're digging a big hole. Like, we've got 4 blokes in here just getting a shovel to bury you underneath the tire.
You know the prediction, but didn't tell them.
I did, and if you go back to the record anyway, Hillsborough got the...
Leo, I challenge you back in the studio to find that piece of audio. I challenge you.
Hasn't got that much. It's crazy.
McCluskey's got the ball tied up, and the umpire says, "I'm going to throw the ball back up." But yeah, there is. I'm pretty sure it was the East Point.
I've tried to save you, Trev. I really tried. We're virtually opposite from our commentary position on the other side of the ground. We're damming it down. I have to play perfect football from here. It's very, very unlikely the way today's proceedings have gone, though.
But I do
Locked up once
apologise.
again.
And Ian's got his finger on the button.
We're talking about 7 minutes to go, so there still is. There's still time, but you take the dance best effort here, and Lake Windurri, well, they're one of the best shutdown teams in the competition. That's why they're in the line of premiers in 2017 and 2016. I think
They've got to kick half as many goals as they've kicked all match in 7 minutes to win the game, which I don't think is possible.
And I think in terms of the moral of the story is I need to get a bit more sleep. Anyway,
ball's gone out of play. And we've had it locked up on the other side, which is virtually opposite from our commentary position on centre wing for a number of minutes now.
Our pretty princess has been putting around playing.
We're back underway here. Clifton gets the clearance. He sends it into the 4-4 position. Well. 1-on-1 with Chris Giampaolo. The ball was weighted perfectly, and Pring was able to mark on his chest.
But he got Giampaolo out of the road. Weight-wise, I'd give it to body mass. Giampaolo's much bigger than him. Just got him out of the road so bloody easy. didn't he?
absolutely.
Smart forwards know how to position themselves. Nathan Pring's kicked 2 for the afternoon.
Pring's going for a ping at the sticks over here. Oh, he goes, bang, and just offline.
He went ping.
Across the face for a nice goal for Nathan Pring.
11-8, 74 to 7-10, 52.
One, if not the premium small forward in the competition. Misses away across the face. Britt just wants to get it right down the middle with the kick.
65 metres.
But Luke Anderson kicked the man to mark. Morris will flick it over the top. Give it to a running man in Lamb. Lamb goes to centre wing with a kick, and Mark's taken there by Liam Hoy, the captain of the Renown Football Club. Chips it up. Big spoil by Lake Windurri. Short. Handball to no one really in particular, but Hoy's able to get the football to Jarrett Giampaolo, who hasn't seen much of it this afternoon. Big hit on Peters, umpire let it go. Here you go Redan. Handball by Lamb over the top. And they flick it by handball, ends in the hands of Phelps. Phelps drives it inside 50. Bouncing ball's unkind for Horbury. Out the back for Damien Horbury, brought the ground with a great tackle by Lake Windermere defender, and they'll lock it up in defence once again and tick off more precious seconds off the clock.
All right, we're getting close to the end of the match, but how badly did they miss Brendan Peace today?
I'll give you my thought on that in a minute, Barry. As we go back underway, quick little kick. Lakers will try to clear in the hands of Anderson. Anderson will clear the centre wing, countryside to Simpson. Didn't complete the mark with the ball around the back. Tries to knock it on. Maybe shoot it off the ground with the foot instead. It's knocked up by Baker over Dan. He chips over top to Stevenson. Stevenson will load up inside 50. Horbury uses the body. Big fist from Lockie O'Connell. Like, I continue to like his games in defence. Gets it out of play. And your question about Brendan Peace, Barry Ag, I think the way he's played this year, he's always been looking for match fitness after doing an ACL, missing a whole year of Torquay. So I don't know necessarily if it had the greatest impact, but it's more not his actual football ability, it's his leadership on field.
That's what I'm getting at, his generalship.
So I think
his leadership.
Of course, he's a loss because he's a fantastic player. We can't talk enough highly about the man, but I don't know if the 22-point margin we see would be that dramatically impacted by his on-field performance.
I just think probably Redan would have played a lot better with him, with his leadership on the ground.
Edwards flicked it out. But Stevenson trying to knock it on to Christian Polo. He just gets booted the ball. High ball will be marked. Punch from behind from Bucknell was good, and he gets it out of play. And if you look at the two small forwards at either end, you've got Nathan Pringle kick 2 goals at one end and come alive in the second half. Mitch Phelps had a quiet day for his illustrious stance, been held real well on defence by Luke Bucknell. So he's going to get a lot of credit, I reckon, from the Lake Windermere coach's box this afternoon for his game in defence. Stevenson wins it down, stolen by Bell, gets some separation, can't bring it back from there though, and Lake Windermere take an uncontested mark deep in defence in the hands of Lucas Anderson.
4 minutes left here in this last quarter, 11-8-74 to 7-10-52, 979 FM and 98.5 Apple FM.
So just go short, it's in the hands, in the safe and capable hands of their coach, Tim Malone.
They're slowing down the play, aren't they, at the
Of
moment?
course, going back to that methodical setup, but we've got a blood rule here, so we'll have to wait. I think it might be Benny Taylor who's just got a bit of claret coming. So we'll have a little. No, it might be actually Nick Peters coming from the field there. Just
No, they can't. Or was he just showing him the way where the interchange bench was? Or gate.
so we'll just head off the field with Peters, and Monk enters the fray once again. Of course, Nathan Monk kicked the winning goal against Lake Windermere after the sign back in round 1, Barry Ag, which we got to see here on BFL Game of the Round. Kick comes across and goes in the hands of Benjamin Hayes. Like when they will just continue to possess the football here, take pressure time at the clock. Over the top, O'Connell, Monk, who we were just speaking about, takes the mark on the half-back line and slow that once again.
Loose men everywhere.
3 minutes left here.
Nice handled back to Hayes, and then he handled back to Monk, which was a strange option because now they've got a little bit of a problem. Alexander got his kick away. Simpson flew high. Grab. And he's a terrific player, actually, Simpson. He takes a strong back on the centre wing, wheels around, got Joel O'Connell inside 50, he takes a mark uncontested. Nigel's running back to the square. He can go in the corridor instead, and you can find Nathan Monk, who's continuing to run, and in the exact same position where he won the game from, back in round 1. He may kick the last goal in the first semi-final and the last goal against Redan again in 2017.
And Barry Eccles
lines up the 27-minute mark.
Case of deja vu.
Yes.
Except they're 22 points further on the scoreboard than they were that afternoon.
And Barry, another thing that I was actually trying to focus on as well before was that I'm peaking at September. Anyway, here comes Nathan Monk. He's going to kick on his right foot, and it's going slightly to the right. And it doesn't make it at all. It's still in their forward pocket. It's been picked up, hand passed down, and it's been Pring. He's going to Pring. What has he done? And it's going to go for a point over here. 11-9-75 to 7-10-52 here. Lake Windermere in front.
Here on BFL Game of the Round, Redan goes short to short. And he goes over top to Willox. Willox wobbly kick towards centre wing. And so it's academic now as Hayes tries to run through. Picked up by Herbert to Wilmot to Hayes. Hayes goes in the middle. We'll find Clifton, who's been down, but they're still running without his illustrious good performances as Malone will mark on the half-forward line. Malone wheels around, sends it inside 50, Pring on the move. Pring did well, just got a fist in there and get it out of play. So we're going to ball in at the 28-minute mark inside 50. As we said, Lake Wendouree, 11 goals, 9, 75, lead the way to Redan, 7 goals, 10, 52, 23 points the margin.
And 1.5 minutes left to play in this quarter and the game.
You
In this first semi-final.
might as well ring the bell.
Edwards couldn't get it away. Redan will go at defence once again. Christian Polo sends a high ball. Anderson did enough from the side to win it down. Alexander trying to keep it in for the Lakers, but the ball was trickled out and we're out of play. And we'll get a ball in between the half forward line, centre wing on the other side for Redan Football Club. For the Lake Wendouree Football Club. Back underway. Herbin and Owen Stevenson in the ruck. Stevenson's been fantastic. Wins it down to Bell, who just whacks the ball towards centre forward, but by himself is Wilmot. Over top to Scott Carey, can light up once again for the Lakers. Lowers the eyes on this occasion. Nigel in front, can complete the mark. Getting the crumbs was Giampolo to Brick. Gets through one. Kick was smothered by Taylor, and in the end's gone through for a minor score. But fighting to the end, the Lakers too in this final.
Percentage is so important.
So huge in this final. As the kick is going full, was it? I think he might have stepped out of score, boys. I think that's the thing. When the ball at the tip of the square, Britt has touched or gone out over the line.
Well, I thought this last count was probably...
Borderline.
Well, no borderline was over the line, mate. But because we do have a great advantage.
Nice go by doing the square and go back and check. We're going to ball up and tip the goal square here as we tip into the 30th minute of the final term. Stevenson wins it down. Stopped by Taylor. Easy to like. Bit of icing on the cake for Lake Wendouree there. In the 2016 Henderson Millers beat Taylor game.
Is it all clear now? Yeah, all clear. There was a bit of discussion in the goal square over there.
Continues his good record of finding goal every game from the midfield Benny Taylor as he slots home the Lake Wendouree's 12th for the afternoon. They go 12 goals, 10-82 to Redan's 7-10-52. A 5-goal margin, a 30-point margin, and a victory for Lake Wendouree, who have now officially booked their place against Bacchus Smash next week on Saturday afternoon at 2:15 in the preliminary final here at the Eastern Oval.
And we'll cover that from 1 p.m.
Yes, our coverage will start here on 979 FM 9.5 Apple FM from 1 p.m. I'll be live on Saturday afternoon here as well, so all the listeners will be happy about that, I'm sure. Or not so happy.
Think about all that sunshine again.
Let's hope so.
Yep.
Kick was smothered by Shoy, and yes, as you said, 12 seconds to go here. After 31 minutes of football. Been a terrific day here at the Eastern Oval on Sunday afternoon football. 5 goals the margin. Lake Wendouree in the end just too good as we're back underway. Academic from here, of course. Could be maybe a bit of consolation for Redan. They send inside 50.
It's all over here.
Off hands. And as you said, Trevor, it is all over here from the Eastern Oval, whereas Lake Wendouree just too strong for the Redan Football Club in the end. Goal kickers for the Lakers, 2 to Nigel Pring, Hooper, McCuskey and Simpson, whilst a single goal kicker to Wilmot and Ben Taylor, whilst for